Salutations. Welcome to the Cars, Bars, and Guitars podcast episode.
Number 91.
I'm AJ.
And I'm Steve.
Steve, we have a very special guest.
Ms. Erin Mullen.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Tell the people what you told me about being here.
I have no idea why I'm here, and I'm very grateful for it, and I'm super excited, but I'm still very confused.
That's how we feel, and we've done it 90 times now.
Okay. Repetition makes perfection.
Yes, absolutely. So, but we are happy. One of the reasons we're very happy to have you here is because you share an
Ideology
with us.
Yes,
Sorry, majored
absolutely.
in math, not English. Steve, who are we brought to you today by?
A 6-door bright orange Ford F-350.
At
I
Carvana?
found the darned returning home on 45. There was that, and a black Viper with a wing, and a Chevy Camaro Super Sport with a wing that was making an awful lot of noise to not be going, but as fast as I was.
Eek. Well, all right. What are we all drinking? Steve, what did you bring?
So what I got here is the Pabst Blue Ribbon hard coffee, 5%, y'all.
If I didn't have to go to work tomorrow morning, I would have this and that Rebel, the one I took the picture of. That one's good too. Haven't had this one.
Yeah, this one's a lightweight at 5%.
That one is too.
And I'd have worn my PBR shirt if I could have actually found the thing. Stupid laundry bucket.
Well, Erin, what are you drinking?
I just opened a Brooklyn brewery pulp art, so hazy IPA.
Yes.
Yeah.
Closer.
I'm closer.
That is one of Kaylin's favorites,
Yeah.
and hopes to find.
So I haven't
again.
had it yet. I haven't even had a sip. So hold on, let me try.
All
this.
right.
Amazing. Oh snap! Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm drinking
Wait, yeah. What are you drinking?
Southern Range Cat Faces.
This makes sense.
It's a double IPA, 7.8% by Southern Range Brewing in Monroe. I've spent a lot of time playing music there, and Steve likes it.
This is delicious. It's a milkshake.
It's a milkshake.
It's so good.
I'm looking forward to trying it.
Steve, I just cut.
So thank you for donating.
I just cut the grass, and I swear, if you bring boys to my yard. Thank you for being here, Erin.
Yoo-hoo? Nuh-uh. This is effectively Yoo-hoo. This is incredible.
That one's more dessert than. I'm gonna be drinking this.
Yeah.
God damn, I'll go ahead and fucking open it. Okay.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
See, I just put mine in my little cooler.
Jesus Christ, it does taste like you.
Damn it! I can't have 2 beers.
Sure, you can.
Yeah.
Besides, we always go to eat Mexican or wings after this. So.
Yeah, so
Okay.
if any of those strike your fancy or anything else in the area strike your fancy, please.
Cheers, you cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, are you right-handed or wrong-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Okay, cool.
What's wrong-handed?
Sinister.
That tastes.
Oh my god, that does taste like Yoo-hoo.
I wonder if it goes down as
What
quickly as
on
Yoo-hoo does.
Earth.
Because Yoo-hoo, like, you open the bottle of Yoo-hoo, and then you can just see the level
Yeah.
drop. Like, I was like, how the fuck does this happen? That's good.
This is insane.
That's better than PBR beer.
Because PBR is terrible.
Yeah,
Hence
really
why I was apprehensive to.
It was totally for curiosity's sake. Like, I must try this, and this is going to be a lovely time to try this.
Thank
I had
you.
no idea it is this good. You're very welcome.
Where did you?
You have now changed my life.
It might have been at your store when I picked up steaks the other day. I've done a lot of grocery store bouncing, mostly just seeking more clearance beers. These were not clearance. These were $10 for a 4-pack, but I will be returning for more.
Indeed. And if they get reduced, I'll buy some too.
And I saw them at Total Wine. I have no idea how much they were, though.
It's
But
comparable. Total Wine's pricing's mad decent.
Nice. And the Cat Faces is very good. Southern Range is dank. I love
Yeah,
that place.
that's a cool spot.
Have you ever been there?
I don't think so.
It's in downtown Monroe.
That's me and Union County. We're not great friends.
I understand. I think I know why, but I understand.
There's no reason. It's just Union County.
Well, that's true too.
Sorry, Union County.
Speaking of Southern
Erin
Ranger,
hates Union County.
she prefers the Confederate County. It's a very awkward time.
I work for the local government, so I'm very county territorial.
Okay.
Speaking of Southern Ranger, more so what's right around the corner from it. Tamarind closed back a few months ago.
Yeah.
But Kaylin got in touch with the lady that was running it. who happens to dabble in wedding photography.
No way.
Yes.
Oh,
Franny will be our wedding photographer.
Will she include party favors of
We'll get back
lettuce
on
wraps
that. Yeah, the nam cow was the standout dish there.
free nom cal with every picture?
Yes.
Yeah.
That would be incredible. It's like, I think she's going to be otherwise occupied, but Kayla made contact and she bit. So we talked with her for an hour the other day, and we're meeting her Tuesday.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Erin, we have plenty of props here.
I see this. I'm playing.
Go ahead.
I don't know anything about what you're talking about, so I'm like,
There had been a Vietnamese restaurant right around the corner from Sutter Range, so we do get derailed easily.
Yes, but then we get re-railed quite easily also.
Good. Just
Per hour.
rein me in. Rein me in.
Okay, we'll give you the Team America salute.
Cool.
Should we do the news this early, or should we? I say we do the news this early. This is an early news, but that's okay. We got Erin here, and we'll probably have plenty to fucking talk about.
Oh, snap.
Because every time we've had a guest, they're like, I'm just going to be nothing. And then it's like 2.5 hours long. Like, told you so. Well, the Stonewall Inn, New York's landmark LBGTQ bar, bans the sale of Anheuser-Busch products on site due to their donations to groups who are not friendly to the group. I can like that.
And probably the fact that they're largely consumed by the same types.
Yeah. But you know how many companies do, like, Emily loves Chick-fil-A, and am I hungry or am I woke?
We'll eat them only on
hate
Sundays.
Hate chicken is a real thing.
Yeah, it is. Like, Zaxby's is pretty. They do. I think they donate kind of the same shit that Chick-fil-A does. Yeah,
I
think I've only had Zaxby's once.
It's not bad. Their Zax sauce is the bomb. Like, I would put Zax sauce in my coffee if I fucking could. It's just the bomb.
Nothing's stopping you.
I saw something the other day. It was like, you can buy a cake. You can just go buy a cake. It doesn't have to be somebody's birthday. I'm like, you goddamn right. That's fucking true, actually.
I did that the other day.
The whole
You did a
thing
whole
about,
cake?
Well, I just bought a slice.
or what was it about?
I actually don't even like sweets that much, but I really needed a cake that day.
Yeah, you do.
Well, the wedding desserts are going to be not cake, but cheesecake.
Oh,
'Cause
that's way better.
Tiramisu.
Yes.
And cannolis.
Okay,
Because
I'm
we're
not
getting
invited
Italian-
to your wedding, but now I
Yeah,
wanna,
so if
now I wanna invite
if we happen to
myself
have
just for dessert.
the option of a crasher, go on down. It's a party of 40. Unfortunately, it's like between COVID and limited budget, we had to really shoestring this, but it's coming along nicely.
I'll just be there for the leftover desserts.
Fair enough. Yeah,
We'll Skype you in.
Yeah, we'll see you on the 9th.
Scratch and sniff Skype you in.
I'm okay with that. That was the best thing about my wedding was the leftover desserts. So, yeah.
The lady who cut our cake cut through the top peak, like the whole thing. So we didn't even get to have our cake like a year later. So
I was barely married a year later. So
it's for the best.
But leftover desserts. Let's change the topic back to you.
Or we'll just return to Spigen
Cannoli.
or do
Let's
the
cannoli
thing.
and cheesecake. No, I'm still thinking
and
about
tiramisu.
this.
Yeah,
actually.
it's gonna be rad.
Cheesecake is a pie, though. It really is. Not
But
a cake.
then a cheese pie is a completely different food.
It is.
It'd be like a cheese pot pie. Sign me up.
Hell yeah. Well,
Ooh.
cheesecake is not a cake because cake doesn't have crust. And a cheesecake has crust, therefore it's pie. I don't know another cake that has crust.
I'm on board.
Yeah. But it's called cheesecake, but
I
it
don't
is
like
not a
it.
cake.
I don't like it, but I'm on board. Yeah.
I don't care.
Facts.
I don't care what it's called. Just give me it.
all
or,
of it.
Yeah, it's still good.
Just all the cream cheese.
Or the imaginary fourth place would have been key lime.
So
I
I had my annual physical yesterday, and my cholesterol is like 13 points high. And I said, what would be causing this? And she's like, no, it's nothing to worry about. I said, I know, but I'd rather fix it now while it's maintainable.
Sure.
And she was like, do you eat a lot of cheese? And that's what it is. So cheesecake, cream cheese, just block cheese,
Cream cheese
just
cake.
regular just cheese.
It's so good.
That's the only, I mean, it's like a full meal. It's a full meal.
It can be.
I don't know how I've gotten off topic, but if I can
It's
bring
okay.
this back to cheese.
That's
every
what we
time.
do.
We can talk.
Okay, great.
We can talk about this. We can change the CBG to cheese bars and guitars. Oh, Jesus. Well, craft beer market valuation is predicted to reach $190 billion by 2027.
Oh, it's
United
fixing to
States.
be 189 short.
Yeah, 190 billion with a B, with a BB. I believe it because every month there's a new brewery opening just in Charlotte, and Charlotte's only the 14th biggest city in the United States. So imagine what it's like in other places.
Yeah.
Especially like your Denvers, your Portlands, your
San Diego's.
I love that
Your
place.
Tampa.
I love that place so much. Have you been to San Diego?
Once. I loved it.
It's so
It was
nice.
so weird because you drive 10 minutes in any direction and the weather is different.
Yep.
I thought that was wonderful.
Mm-hmm. And I love
And it was beautiful.
73 degrees like in August or January. I don't care that a one-bedroom flat's $700,000. If I never have to run the air conditioning ever again, I'm fucking okay with it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just okay with it. You have not been Sandog.
I've not stayed in San Diego, but I've visited twice in 96 and 98 post my big Western hiking trips.
Oh, yeah.
Had the following week going out to Grand Canyon, Vegas, LA, San Diego, a few hours in Tijuana. Everyone's out, like every last kid on the street in Tijuana wants to sell you chiclets.
Oh. Chiclets the candy.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know if there was a slang term
Yeah,
for
what would
not yet.
that be?
Teeth.
teeth. Colorful teeth. Which is ironically
Minty,
what they
chewy
look
teeth,
like
so
after
that's
you
not,
eat a
we're
bunch
going
of
to
chiclets.
like them.
We had or was it Sixlets, the Southern Tier chocolate beer? Tastes
Yeah,
like
that's so
Sixlets.
good.
Little Sixlets, little candies that have an orange chocolatey. They come
I've
like 6 little balls.
Never
and
heard of that.
what? Steve, show her a picture of Sixlets. They used to be at the movies too.
Okay.
What are movies?
Yeah, what's a movie
It's
theater?
a great Alien Ant Farm song.
Oh, I love that song so much.
It was so much better than the cover of
That yeah,
I
it
mean,
was.
it was good, but movies was great.
That song is really depressing.
Oh yeah,
That song is really, really low.
the best songs are depressing songs. That's why nobody likes shiny happy people.
I don't think I've ever. I mean, I know I've heard that song, the REM song, but I don't know that song.
Just
Okay,
stick to
what are-
It's the
what
End
are
of the
these
world as we
candies?
know it, and I feel fine. I'm gonna high-five the mic stand, and I feel fine.
Yeah, let's break this. Okay, I have never seen these in my life.
Wow.
I have no idea. I was also really bad at going to the movies because I had ADHD as a child, and so I just let my friends buy whatever, and I
gotcha.
never was the one buying things.
So it's chocolate in the middle, and then the candy shell has a sort of orangey flavor to it.
Mostly, I remember the effectively round M&Ms effect.
Yeah,
and
with an
really, and
orange.
really do like those.
And they're really good.
I
I
don't.
tried to
I've
shoe
never
from,
really liked. You guys know my father drove an ice cream truck when I was a kid, right?
Wow.
Pardon?
Yeah. So like, I don't like candy. I
Was
don't
he
like
in good humor
sweets.
doing that?
Oh. So like I don't like that stuff. Like seeing it, I'm like, oh, that's the worst part of my childhood memories. Having to restock it at 5 a.m. every single morning.
Oh,
So-
because of the child slavery involved, because 1938 has no graphs in a parental household.
I am
1938.
a spring chicken. I was born in at least 1948. Get it
No,
right.
the
Is that Benjamin Button's disease?
the rules surrounding child labor greatly changed in 38.
Oh,
that's
I did
that's
not.
where that's when I was going with that one.
Okay, so librarian Erin needs to write this down.
Librarian. Chrysler
Librarian.
librarian.
LeBron James.
Nice.
That was the
All right,
greatest
what
joke of
else?
all
The capital
time.
of Lebanon, Lebanon, or Beirut. God damn it, man.
I want to go.
Beirut's beautiful.
Back when
Have
I
you been?
Nope. I've seen the pictures.
back,
I
back
have a
when I
friend.
was-
I have a friend from Beirut, and I just
It
want to
looks-
go so bad.
They call it the Paris of the Middle East. It looks like
And
it.
that's the way she describes it.
Before it.
disintegrated
Before
15
it
years ago.
exploded.
No, it's like a year ago. or
Well, there was. That's
Well,
where
yeah, the
Bourdain
Civil-
was
the
when
Civil
he got
War
Civil
about
War
20
so. Right. Yeah.
That wasn't even.
2006.
That must have been almost 30 years ago at this point. It was in the early 90s.
God, that was.
There's
Yeah.
been multiple
Yeah, we're getting old.
disintegrations.
All right.
You're close. You're my age, aren't you?
I think so.
I'm 35.
I am the elder here.
No, you're not.
I'm-
Steve is.
Oh,
I'm going to be 40 on Black Friday.
I am 37. Which is the
Yeah, but you
greatest
look
here.
25.
What?
You look 25.
I'm
though.
okay with that. I'm
You
fine
should
with it.
be.
Totally. I was fine with it when I was 15, and people were like, "You look 10." I'm like, "Okay, that's cool. I know this will work in my favor."
Indeed, Emily's the same. Like Emily looks like super young, but she'll look the same till she's 80, and then overnight she'll look 190 years old, and like that even shorter. Oh boy. UK craft beer mogul Brewdog is set to expand to their new location in Atlanta, even after accusations of toxic work environment.
Oh dear.
Did you hear about that? Mm-mm. Evidently, Brewdog's like are they like the InBev of UK?
You knew it was out of nowhere that it was like Facebook had almost an IPO going, like invest in us. Like I don't know what the hell this is, and then they had their first American operations in Cincinnati. The Atlanta operation I've not heard about until now. The evil accusations were an episode or 3 ago. Like, well, that they've fucked up with the fierceness, but hey, they're still expanding as business do.
Brewdog had like a lot of accusations of really shitty work environment, treating people like dog shit and people quitting. But now they're opening in Atlanta.
I was about to say, is this new? So this is just like every other work environment?
Yeah, pretty much. We had an episode about that kind of abuse towards females, and I'm sure you read all that on Instagram. And
no comment. I'm just.
Gotcha. I got you.
My job is wonderful. I just want to say that.
Okay, good.
My friend Rachel used to work for the library downtown, really enjoyed it, but due to health concerns, resigned from it, but she really enjoyed it there.
We'll talk about this later because I probably know your friend.
Stickers.
Stickers.
It's a parting gift for having to put up with us.
Yay!
Denver Beer Company has announced the release of an NFT. And you know what an NFT is, Steve? You know what an NFT is, don't you?
Yes.
Okay. Entitled Beer for Life. This one-of-a-kind NFT is available for purchase by auction on the site. On the site OpenSea.io. The winner of the auction is entitled to 4 free beers every single day at any Denver Beer Company tap room, indefinitely. The auction opened on the 23rd of June and will close on July 7th of this year, when the NFT will be granted to the highest bidder. NFT, or a non-fungible token, is a unit of data stored using blockchain technology that certifies a digital asset to be unique and therefore not interchangeable.
More shit to lose. Like people that invested in Bitcoin early and can't remember what string of nonsense it would be that, Adam's in the same boat. He put $50 into Bitcoin or was paid in Bitcoin. Like, it's gone. And like whatever it is, like he doesn't have access to that anymore. Like his computer crashed, so whatever, a bunch of jibber jabber to access it is just gone. So I got a feeling like, what's the valuation of people not being able to access their Bitcoin, further driving the Bitcoin up? However this operates, that is well above my pay grade.
That's a reasonable concern.
Yeah.
How much shit do we lose on our computers all the fucking time? Not even just the computer, just in the house.
In my head.
In your head. In your head, too.
Zombie.
4 free beers every day at any...
That's a lot of beers.
That is, but it's the highest bidder.
I call it a Tuesday.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's an inappropriate amount of beers. I'm just saying, like, 4 free beers
clip.
in addition to, like, okay, I'm going to pay for these beers.
I'm not sure how much, like, I would have to,
screw the tap room. Deliver me the beers.
Oh, that would be
and
so
there you go.
no cab rides, no DUIs.
Yeah.
That's
Sweeten the pot a bit more. NFT, if that's your real name.
Newfound.
See, every time I hear
Tankard.
NFT, I think near field technology, which is like a
or like NFC, the thing where you can mount your phone to like a business card. And the business card could trigger it to like have this like 3D
that's
image pop
NFT.
up.
Yeah, or NFC, near field communication.
Yeah,
the same thing. So that's what I think of.
Your phone supports it, and you've probably never seen this before.
I've seen the acronym,
just
but I've never...
Apple Pay. That's really all it is.
How you can use your Android.
Right.
Android
We're
too.
We're both droid heads too.
Ah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just use whatever is on sale.
Fair enough.
That's very fair enough. But the savings Cedar Creek Brewing of Indiana is to release a soft serve beer, the beer ice cream.
I'm in.
That sounds good. Wait, Miss, I don't have a sweet tooth.
Ben and Jerry's also has a beer ice cream, and it's amazing.
Well, once you add booze to the equation,
Yeah,
things
exactly.
Get
Ice cream,
different.
meh, but like boozy ice cream, I'm in.
Mm-hmm. They have a boozy ice cream.
So, wait.
Don't remember the brand name though.
Can you tell me again where this is? And
Cedar Creek Brewing of Indiana.
Indiana, I have to go to Indiana.
Well, I saw something similar in Atlanta, and I think there was something at the Total Wine by Concord Mills that has it too. So you might have. Did you go to that?
Noted.
Did you go to that store?
Yeah, that is where I went.
I think it'd be right by the checkout, if I recall correctly. That I think they've got it there. By the way,
Okay.
I bet you that's not a topping of Sweet Frog.
Oh.
Considering what the frog stands
No, I
for,
think-
Sweet Frog.
Wait, does it stand for something?
Fully rely on God.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Help me, Stan.
If you use Periphery's album from 2019's Hail Stan.
I just can't. Yeah, no.
See, this is why we invited her. There's so many good things. Yeah, but you got to go to Indiana to get that, and I can't think
And
of
while you're
one thing in
there,
Indiana I want to do.
Go to lots of popcorn, the Brickyard, and Three Floyds.
One
Three
time I
Floyds.
had
And
a whole bunch of...
and it's like, hey, there's Gary, Indiana, and it's right outside Chicago.
Yeah, one time I had a whole bunch of people
Yikes.
point guns at me in Indiana. It was pretty cool.
All right.
No.
Yeah. So
What part of Indiana so we never go?
Indianapolis.
Oh,
So-
that's supposed to be the good part.
a friend and I were doing a road trip to Chicago, and there was a wrong turn made, and we were going around downtown. And all of a sudden, I don't know how this happened. This was this is almost 20 years ago. All of a sudden, the road started getting emptier and emptier and emptier. And all of a sudden, there were people lined up on the side of the street with like signs and everything. And then all of a sudden, we were the only car on the road, minus several police cars. And there was the biggest sign I've ever seen in my life that said, "Welcome, President George W. Bush," and a whole bunch of like military people with ARs and whatever.
Okay.
And it was, I don't know how we got on that road. I don't know how nobody stopped us, but when I think of Indiana, that's what I think. So no, thank you. No, thank you.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, it's weird. Anyway, we made it to Chicago just fine.
Love Chicago.
At least it
Chicago's
was
the best.
professionals that have some restraint rather than you got held up in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Difficult city name
It was just
to
bizarre.
speak.
How do you get in that situation?
6-syllable cities are hard to come by. The Annapolis.
But Cincinnati. You know who Cincinnatus was, right?
Do tell.
Some opposing queens? Like, how dare they attempt to be a queen city as well?
Cincinnatus is the greatest Roman who ever lived. If you Google Cincinnatus, that's who Cincinnati is
was
named
Nero.
after. Nero was actually fine.
Burn, baby, burn.
Nero was okay. But no, Cincinnatus, he was a farmer who, I guess he had, done his soldier duty in ancient Rome. And at one point, I'm forgetting my Roman history. They dissolved the government, they dissolved the Senate, and they had to nominate a dictator, which at the time was a very temporary thing, where if you were in a time of stress, you had to nominate a dictator. The dictator got to call all the shots. And then after everything was done, the dictator is supposed to leave, except that never happened. But with Cincinnatus was apparently the greatest dictator of all time. Because he
Suck it, Tito.
He came in,
Or
he
Ceausescu.
won the war,
Tito's
and
better.
then he was like, okay, cool, I'm going back to my farm, peace out, and then just like literally was like, okay, I'm going back to my goats.
That sounds
was-
cool.
You
See,
guys are
history
not.
lesson.
Hey,
No.
And
we
instead of
really
janky
did.
casinos,
my major in college was ancient art history, so I have to. This is my jam.
I can appreciate
Wait,
listening
hold
to
on.
somebody who's passionate about saying something. Story about Tito.
Yeah, who's Tito?
Leader of Yugoslavia from 54 to he died in 1980, and then everything fucking fell apart because he promoted brotherhood and all this. So Joseph Stalin sent many people to kill him over the years, and they got every one of them. And Tito sent a letter to Stalin and goes, in Serbian, this says, "Please stop sending people to kill me, or I will send one to kill you, and I won't need to send a second."
Oh, yes.
So
what happened?
Joseph Broz Tito is what he died in 1980, and Stalin never sent anybody else to kill him.
Yeah, but
Fantastic.
For us, Stalin died in 1957, so at least
Right.
that was a short-lived death threat.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brezhnev, Khrushchev, a little more chilled out about it, apparently.
Yeah.
Unibrows and all.
Yeah. Are we chilling you out a little bit in here?
I love it.
Okay.
This is perfect.
Oh, okay, because I get super verklempt. and
Nope,
that's
I
why
love
the-
it.
That's why the fans on
I
high.
like having a sweater.
Emily's the same way. She'll be home. She's probably home right now.
Yay!
She's probably home. She's probably downstairs.
She's the best.
She is. She's also very short.
She's the same height as me.
Point still stands. Scottie Pippen collaborates with Savage and Cook Distillery of Chicago to release Digits, a 5-year-old bourbon at 92 proof, furthering the celebrities and athletes who decided they want to make a spirit.
What's Pippen's number?
33.
It'd be a lot funnier if it was 92.
Dennis Rodman wore 91.
Ooh.
So-
Wait a minute. That's this episode number.
But what? Oh, that is. We should have done an episode about Dennis Rodman.
There's a dude at work. There's a dude
that
at work
would've
that
been
looks like
fun.
Dennis Rodman.
Really?
Yes.
Hair and all, or-
It's his natural hair color that's like dark brown, like has these like orange streaks in it.
That's incredible.
He's cool as shit. He's one of mechanics.
No shit. That's great. Oh, Jesus. Well, Steve.
And there's another guy that looks like a fully grown Vern Troyer.
That's amazing.
That killed me there.
Does he ever get short with you? Vern Troyer played Mini-Me.
I know who Vern Troyer
Okay,
is.
well, you looked confused for a second. You were just
The
wondering.
whole conversation just went like this over me, but
Okay.
I know.
I got you. All right.
Also, I got really focused on the map of Africa.
Did you watch the episode on the origins of that?
No.
You didn't?
No.
Look where Egypt is. What
No,
is it?
I'm a terrible friend and a terrible fan.
That's okay. That's
Again,
okay.
I'm not sure why I'm here.
That's okay. Look at where Egypt is and read what that says.
Okay.
It's an old map.
Ooh, can I have this map?
I can't. My brother on
Because
a dare.
Namibia is called Southwest Africa, and I want
Yeah.
to go to there.
Zimbabwe is Rhodesia.
Well, everything is Rhodesia. Upper Volta. What is Upper Volta?
It's south of Mars.
Did you learn that at the drive-in?
Oh,
And this is what from what 67 or 65.
65 or
So
67 that
like
map's
because
from.
Biafra was an offshoot of Nigeria that would have happened after this map was printed, but they only lasted 67 to 70, and that is what
yeah.
the pseudonym of Ed Belcher is, Jelly Biafra. That you have a non-nutritive food product combined with a split-off nation of Africa that basically starved itself to death.
Yeesh.
wait, what was Benin called? Benin was Dahomey? What is Dahomey?
What's up, Dahomey?
What,
Maybe that's not Benin. I might.
Where you?
Or Buchanan.
Next to Togo, in between Togo and Nigeria. On the
Dahomey.
west. Yeah. What
Yeah, the homie.
is that Benin? I think that's Benin.
I guess so. I'm much better at obscure capitals than I am the geography of where.
Oh,
they-
I won the geography bee in 5th grade. So
6th grade
Oh snap!
and the spelling bee that year.
What? Okay, I've never won the spelling bee. I can't spell out loud.
I made it a citywide spelling bee
Did you?
Nice.
back
So we're all champions.
3rd grade or
You
so.
guys, we're elementary school champions.
We'll keep fighting to the end.
It was all
Yeah.
downhill after 93.
Indeed. The story behind that map. Hi, Greg. My brother stole that on a dare. They told him they bet him he couldn't steal something out of the classroom without anybody noticing. So when he was 10 years old, he stole that map right out of the class. Like teacher he took it off the wall and then rolled it up and took it out and then got in the car and went home.
Well, that's kind of rude, but
what was rude is that his parents were in a 65 Volkswagen Beetle. How on earth is that supposed to fit in one of those?
I mean, they've got windows. They roll
it was
down.
That size.
Yeah.
Which is
it's a life-size Beetle.
Yeah, exactly. Steve,
I don't think I've ever been in a Beetle.
It's a little terrifying. A buddy of mine had a 67 that had an 1800cc engine in it.
Uh-huh.
And the car weighs nothing, so this thing would scoot.
The Carolina Squat is
banned as of end of the world 2021.
Well,
what's up?
I actually wrote the Carolina Squat craze on ridiculous hillbilly inbred trucks will be deemed illegal by year's end. Do you know what that is?
No. Why am I so out of the loop?
Steve,
I feel like I read a lot of news, and I don't read any of your news.
Steve, show me Carolina Squat. This is going to be.
You'd never ask.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Shit. After you see it, you might want to vomit.
Oh. Okay.
But it's going to be illegal because it's not safe to be on the road.
Check this out.
Show me
Here's some money. Finish your lift.
Oh my God.
Yep.
That is sexy.
Like a dog scratching its booty.
Yeah.
The idea is they're supposed to make your truck look like it's hauling a really heavy something behind it.
Why don't
actually
if you
fucking
have a
do it?
truck and you
Cineblocks
just
are
actually
cheaper, by the
put
way.
something in your truck?
Or
That's something I've never understood. Okay.
Huh?
Have you guys talked about that? Have you guys had a discussion about people who have big old trucks
No.
that don't actually use their truck? Why? Can somebody do you have followers who can explain
it's
to
the
me?
ability to be able to move stuff without actually moving it.
But it doesn't. I don't understand. I mean, I
Un
see
pene
what you're saying.
un pene pequeño.
Pequeño. Pequeño. En sí.
Muy pequeño.
Muy pequeño.
Insecure.
Although by proxy, my sister did have this happen, but it was a '94 4Runner, and the back springs give out anyway. So
Right,
they were
that's
kind
different.
of the proprietors of these things.
I was
Oh.
squatting Carolina
So wait,
style
do they
before it
get
was cool.
royalties at this point?
Yeah, that's it. The engine blew up in it, so she had to upgrade. So then she went from a '94 to an '06 4Runner, or I think they were actually both 2-runners.
You guys, I was behind a Geo Metro today.
Yes.
Ooh,
I love those.
3
I
cylinders of
love
pure
Geo
fury.
Metros.
50 mpg.
I wanted one so bad growing up.
You can still have one.
I
Yeah.
know I might still get
It would
one.
be a very if you buy one in a hurry, it would be a swift decision.
I love that. I love you, Steve. Audi is
I'm
to
trying
halt.
to too.
Audi is to halt all production of internal combustion engines by the end of 2026.
Oh wow, I was gonna
No
say
more-
35.
No more internal combustion engines from Audi.
So this goes right over my head. This part I don't know about.
The
Womp womp.
We can talk
standard
about it.
gasoline engine is internal combustion.
I get enough of it. But
Okay, and
general.
But they're going away
Yeah,
because
the-
everything's going electric. And so Audi's going to build
Oh,
exclusively
okay, I
electric.
get that. Okay.
Yeah, we got you.
good luck with this power grid.
That and Audi can't make reliable cars. With
Yeah,
internal combustion
ever notice how
But
few,
they're so pretty.
They are.
ever notice how few German electronics you have in your house? No, Bosch is very hit and miss with componentry, but when's the last time you saw anything branded Grundig or Blaupunkt?
Hughes and Kettner makes a damn good amplifier. though.
Gesundheit.
But I'll stick with Mesa because the grit, the gruff. I like it.
Just
I love
works.
it. Yes, it does. Boy, does it ever. The most American car you can buy. And when I ask you this, both of you get to guess. Not yet. The 5 factors they account for are location of final assembly, the percentage of U.S. parts, the engine's country of origin, the transmission's country of origin, and the United States workforce involved in the assembly. What is the most American car you can buy?
the Toyota Camry.
That's what I was going to say. Okay, so since he said that, I'll say Honda Civic.
No, and no.
I was going to go with Camry.
It's Tesla.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
It's Tesla.
Some people at GM want to talk to you. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Someone wrote up for having a, quote, foreign car in the domestic slot.
I saw that.
That is one dumb traffic cop.
Yep, Tesla is the most American car now.
Okay.
Even though the panel gaps look like Michael Strahan's teeth.
Hey, man.
I love Michael Strahan's.
That's how and
I
why
do
it's
too.
You
still
take
an
that back.
American
I do too.
car.
I'm just pointing it out.
Who
All right, the
wants to
panel
be a guinea
gaps
pig?
look this consistent.
Hey.
This consistent. Shut up, Aaron. Paul Walker's orange Supra from Fast and Furious 1 sold at auction for how much?
$550K.
God damn it, Steve. You already saw
Saw
that.
that one.
You're no fun at this.
I would say $10. No.
That was the real car.
I
not
have
the-
never seen... I've seen the first Fast and Furious, and that's it.
That's all you need to see.
Well,
It's weird that the more time that passes, the more they morphed into buddy cop movies instead of crime.
my boyfriend has an unhealthy
sprees.
obsession with the Fast and the Furious. Like,
Does he own a
referenced it-
modded Civic?
Not yet. I wouldn't put it past him.
Well,
that'd
what
be
kind of
really
Civic, then?
that'd be really fun.
A right-hand drive hatch would be fucking boss.
Ooh.
One with a
That would be
spoon
cool.
engine. Duh.
Wait. Have any
Go
of you
fork
ever
yourself.
have any of you ever driven in a country where you have to shift with your left hand?
No.
Okay. Just I'm curious.
I almost.
I wonder if I would be able to do it. I don't see why I wouldn't be able to.
Everything's the same except everything's the same. The gears are the same. So first is usually up and left.
Yeah.
The only thing that's different is the turn signal and wiper stalks are different. Yeah,
exactly.
Everything else is the same. It's not like the gas is on the left.
That
and the
would be atrocious.
Yeah, I can't imagine that.
No, for that to happen,
amazing.
you have to have a car built in 1920 when
When you
the
had to
pedal
crank
When
it like
everything
this.
was all
when
random.
it was it was
Yeah.
the Wild West before it got standardized.
Oh, there we go. Blink-182 frontman Mark Hoppus
Aw.
is being treated for cancer. I don't know what kind, but
No, they haven't said what
no,
kind.
he's been really private about that. Which honestly, I don't.
Yeah,
really
he says
blame him.
he's been in treatment for like 3 months now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it must be. It's either one they really have to treat like for a long period of time, because it said. I think they said it's treatable. It's just they're but I'm.
Obviously, I've been following that pretty closely. So.
And Emily, yeah, she's not a huge Blink-182 fan, but she knew about it too. And finally, Fieldy from Korn is to take an indefinite hiatus from the band, citing bad habits. And I think we know what that means. That's probably rehab. But
Let's say typical rock and roll star behavior.
indeed, you got to break the monotony somehow. But Fieldy's got like 5 or 6 kids too. So
Goodness.
that's a lot of children.
Oh, let's recall Hetfield was back in rehab.
That was last year, I think.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's- I've not followed up on that, but it's been in and out.
well, what sucks, like I
Best of luck, fellas.
on a very, very, very smaller scale, I do get it because, like, so I have a job, but if your only job is to be creative and to write and you can't do it for whatever reason, and blah, like, I get breaking the monotony any way you damn can. Like, if that's, but it's not healthy, but we all engage in unhealthy behaviors. So, I mean, I get it.
I also I'm the weirdo I'm really anti-stigmatizing any kind of rehab. So I don't know. I forgot about him actually. I forgot about Korn in general, but
Steve doesn't like corn. I like corn.
I've been
Ooh.
I'm more
wait, why
offended
don't
about-
you like Korn?
It's just
I mean-
not what I'd prefer to listen to.
You mean
like
in
I've got-
1997 you weren't rocking out in giant jeans?
The style, like Adidas was never my brand, but that would probably be my favorite song of theirs. That
I
or
forgot
Freak on a
about that.
Leash.
Yeah.
So I do have
Freak on a Leash
a
was
few songs I
terrible.
like, but just in general, it's just not my thing.
Fair. Okay, that's fair.
I think my
I-
Says the guy with an empty Faygo can in his car
Oh my god, why?
because it's cheap. Somehow they're not magnetic.
My axe is my buddy. I bring him when I walk. Me and my axe will leave your head outlined in chalk. This is such a horrible fucking band. But you never see the guy from ICP, Guy Fieri, and the guy from Smash Mouth in the same place. You know why? Because the same fucking guy. I think
They really are.
What is your favorite Korn song?
I don't remember. I would have to look it up.
I've never seen those three.
I probably wouldn't
and
even be able
Burrell
to pull
in the
it
same
up.
place either.
What's funny is Steve hates corn and I love corn, but when it comes to the food, I hate corn and Steve loves corn.
I don't like. I actually had a family gathering last weekend or 2 weekends ago, and I was like, please, somebody take my corn on the cob, because I took it out of obligation. But then I was like, I don't want this.
Was this before or after getting guns pointed at you in Indiana, a state famous for its corn? There's even a product called Popcorn, Indiana.
My great grandmother had a bunch of property in Concord, and we actually grew corn. So I've planted corn, helped. I was a child, so I wasn't doing much, but I helped pick it and husk it. It was weird, and so now I just sort of the same as my father had an ice cream truck, and now I don't want to eat any kind of ice cream anything, but I also don't want to eat corn because that's all I ever had.
Well, luckily none of them worked at a distillery.
No, that's why she didn't want bourbon on this episode, because this is over 50% corn.
Brewery then.
Oh, gross.
Although you can't really, it doesn't really. I've never had one and went, ooh, this tastes like corn.
Yeah,
I can't imagine
kind of
that's
the schlock that that high fructose
Are you guys
corn
drinking
starts.
bourbon?
Oh no, we didn't. We didn't even bring it up.
You didn't even do it.
No, we're sticking with beer because you're sticking with beer.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
I don't think I have anything new.
I remember. Okay, Life is Peachy.
That's okay. Yeah.
Sorry, you can keep going on to your next topic.
I think my
I'm
favorite.
Just gonna
think my favorite corn song is either. Oh man, probably Faggot or.
I don't remember.
The song is titled what it is, folks.
It's about him being treated and called names, and it's such a heavy fucking song.
Yeah, it's not a. I remember it's not a great song. Not a fun song.
Yeah, that one or.
I don't remember any of these songs, and I know that
Blind's hard to beat.
I remember hearing. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna. Apparently, I have to listen to Korn later, which is not something I expected to ever say.
You're gonna drink coffee, beer, and then drive home listening to Korn. You'll be so angry.
Great.
I need
Pretty
a
kidding. Me too.
Do y'all want to try the Mexican? Are you still?
I would like to try.
Okay, cool. So let's.
Yeah, now
I can
I'll
get
have
that, Steve,
now I'll
or you
have
can,
3 drinks.
The big orangey can there.
Yep. Erin, do you want an Anderson Valley Boonville glass, or do you want a Fat Boy glass?
I need the Fat Boy glass.
Okay.
What are you talking about? This isn't.
So, Erin, we've already done 45 minutes. So, does it feel like we've done that? I thought it gets away from you. The longest one we've done.
Still not sure, why I'm here.
We're getting into that because.
Yeah.
Steve, what are we about to drink?
Contains alcohol.
Oh no! What are we gonna do?
My dad says alcohol.
Alcohol.
But he's from Trenton, Tennessee. So.
You boys like the taste of alcohol? Baskin Hot Chocolate 10W40. Imperial Stout with chocolate, vanilla, cinnamon, pasilla, and Carolina Reaper peppers. Product of the USA. Contains alcohol by Highwire Brewing.
By Menon.
By Menon. ABV 8%. Stout brewed with chocolate, vanilla, cinnamon, lactose, peppers. Just like it said on the other side of the can. Thanks for stopping by.
Sweet. I got to do the honors. Underwhelming. Have you ever had any of the 10W40 stuff from Highwire?
No, I have not.
Oh my god! Everything they do
Only
is
the
phenomenal.
0W20.
The Neapolitan stout was good. It's tastes like strawberry, chocolate, vanilla. What was the other one? The not the churro. It was the horchata. The horchata stout was good.
I haven't.
Instigated.
That looks like motor oil.
Yeah,
And that's why
that's the theme here.
The name of this is what it is.
I give everybody enough to try it, and then if you don't like it, then somebody else who will drink it, me, will have the rest of it. Yeah, there you go. Sláinte. We'll reach it. I got really
I didn't high-five
stupid
the
long arms.
Oh, it was your turn to high-five the mic stand. Way to go.
Oh, that's really good.
And honestly, you taste the pepper without.
Oh, the pepper comes. Yeah, it comes second.
You get the flavor of the pepper without getting the pepper of the pepper, which is magnificent.
To tell you about the capsaicin pain roll-on I experimented with a few months ago.
No.
What?
Apparently the capsaicin pain roll-on.
Wait.
The CPRO.
I have to move this. Wait, how do I? What?
There is such a product on the market as capsaicin pain cream or a pain roll-on. So rather than being some sort of other topical analgesic, funny name.
Indeed. It's quite tight.
It's using capsaicin, the active ingredient in hot peppers, that my first experience and subsequent experiences with it were put on in the morning. About 4 or 5 hours later, my arm's on fire. And then continue to use it because once the burning stops, it feels a lot better.
It's like Icy Hot without the icy.
Yeah. I've got
so hot.
Lots of the Icy Hots and the Aspirin creams. Yeah, all sorts of things for my ailing self. Gonna need some right here because this does not feel good.
You're so old.
It could be worse. He's got all his hair, and I fucking don't. That's why I have to wear a douchey ass hat everywhere I go. But now it's who I am, and now I have to wear it every fucking where I go.
I like your hat.
I do too.
He's
I
the
can pull it
hat
off.
man.
Yeah. Okay.
Guess what we get to do now? We get to go through her car history.
Oh, yay!
Yes. This is a big reason why we've had you on, too, because you are an elitist jerk like us when it comes to...
Yeah. Driving manual only.
Brings a tear to my eye. Do continue. So, all right, so the rules are... So, in high school, we're not old enough to get a job and pay for your own car a lot. So
I didn't have a car in high school.
Okay, well, I was going to say, it's a car that you drove exclusively. So it not necessarily. So if it had, that's usually the rule. Mm-hmm. Knowing that now is good, but just in the future for everybody, the rule is you were exclusively driving it when you were 16, even though it wasn't in your name, but it was still your car.
Okay.
So do continue from start to now.
Okay. First car, Toyota Camry.
Hey.
1989 manual, 5-speed.
With the choker belts.
It was beautiful. It's still my favorite car I've ever had.
Really?
Yeah.
What color?
It was light blue and gorgeous, and I loved it.
I almost had that in wagon form as my first official car.
It was the best car ever. My second car is the only automatic I ever had. I did not choose it. It was given to me when the Camry went out. And
went out?
There's a story behind that.
Please do tell.
I cannot.
Okay. All right.
I didn't choose for it to. Someone stole it, and I chose not to file any kind of paperwork. So
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And so second car was a it was an Oldsmobile. An Oldsmobile Celebrity.
Ooh. Or
so it was
Chevy Celebrity or something of that.
No, it was an Oldsmobile. It was a Celebrity. Yeah, look it up. Let's see.
I wouldn't put it past it to be some misbadged GM product from the 80s.
I'm sure.
What year was it?
I have no.
I mean, really old, or
like Kirkman's first car was an 86 Celebrity.
This was in 2005, so it was probably like an 80 something, maybe early 90s.
Sierra.
It says Chevrolet Celebrity, but
okay, maybe it was.
But
a
it
Chevy
shares
Celebrity.
commonality with the Oldsmobile Cutlass Sierra or the Cutlass Cruiser.
Okay.
From 82 to 90.
Okay. So I just remember I called it the Celeb, and then and then I had a Civic.
What color was the Celebrity?
The Celebrity was blue, light blue, and it was an automatic, and it was awful.
I believe you.
That's it.
That's it. Chevy Celebrity.
It. The only great thing was that the whole front seat was one seat,
Bench
so I
seat.
could fit like 4 people up there.
And you're invisible to cops in that. They
Yeah.
will not look
Well,
twice.
I mean, have you met me? I'm invisible to cops anyway.
Because you're white, we know.
Well, also because I'm always just like, hey guys, are we following the rules?
Wait, was that chauvinistic of me?
Oh, are we going there?
22 years.
Goodness.
He got 22 years.
22 and a half.
Yeah, time served, but yeah.
Not enough.
I know.
Anyway, and so after that, Civic, and then the Civic got stolen, and then another Civic, and then
We need details on Civics.
Yeah,
we need
the,
model year. We need color.
I don't
body
remember
type.
the years. Oh, jeez. Okay, so they were
Must have liked it.
Hatch sedan wagon.
5-speed. It was lowered. I remember that the first Civic was lowered to the point where
92.
What year?
you should have asked me to prep for this because
That's
I don't.
okay.
I don't know.
What was it, round or square?
What did,
They-
the headlights?
you know-
Were the headlights really big, or were they really small and kind of?
They were bigger.
Okay, so that's a 96 to 2000.
It was probably a 2000. So
Okay.
the first Civic was probably like a 2000, 2002, and 5-speed lowered and had this weird alarm system that if you looked at the car wrong, the alarm would go off,
Nice.
which was really annoying. But then that car got stolen, which was actually impressive because I was home at the time when it happened.
Goodness.
And then I replaced it with the exact same Civic, like same year, same everything, 5-speed. And then,
Same lowering, same awful alarm.
Nope,
It's the
no,
darndest
nope,
thing.
never doing a lowered car again. Those shocks, man.
Was it a coupe?
On these
Two-door?
on
Yeah.
these cratered roads?
Oh
No.
God, it was the worst. It was the worst.
Kaylin's cousin was in town a few weeks ago, and she drove from upstate New York to Miami, and then to Charlotte, and then her
That body style?
Newer.
2000
that.
Civic
Yeah,
Okay.
that's too
died at 205,000 miles because the brake lines were about to rust out.
Weak.
It's like the body was in rough shape, but mechanically solid, except that the underpinnings were rusting out from beneath it. She only got the car for $2,000, and it was going to be $2,000 to fix it. It's like, it's time. So she scrapped it for $300.
My current so after that I had a Jetta, and then after that I had my Saab story.
I love Saabs.
So you love Saabs. My Saab is awful. Like technically the Saab is still in my name. I hate it.
What year?
2014. No, 2008.
I was
Sorry.
going to say,
Oh, yeah,
Wrong
it's like
car.
That's not the
they
thing.
Wrong
seized
car.
in 010.
No, 08?
2008. Yeah,
9.3?
2008 9.3.
I almost
Yeah.
bought one of those before I bought
It
my
was
TSX.
the worst thing. It was the worst thing I've ever purchased in my life.
Ah.
I know a lot of Saab enthusiasts. This was. I had to take that engine apart so many times
Yeesh.
just to like try to change out everything. I don't even know how to do that crap. So
Yeah.
Okay.
When I bought my TSX, it was between the 9.3 and the TSX, and the 9.3 had the original sticker. And this was in 2010, and this was in 08. Okay, the original sticker was $53,000, and they wanted $19,000 for it. It had 7,000 miles. I'm like, well, what's it going to be worth when I drive it for like 2 years? Is it going to be worth like $10,000? Like, so I bought the TSX, and I drove it for free for 2 years. And sold it for like, well, I bought it for $18,500, doubled the miles on it, and sold it for $16,500. So, but I do love Saabs. But it's, I don't think I would own one. Although a 9.5 would be balls.
wait, what's
Oh,
the difference between a 9.3 and a
Oh,
9.5?
she can get 92X because a Subaru.
Oh, the 9.5 looks mean.
Well, I was
the last of
really,
those were
I
really
was
pretty.
really happy that I was able to get a 4-door, like a sedan that also was a stick. So
Sure.
I was really bizarrely.
Yeah, those are getting fewer
Yeah.
and further between to pick up.
It's so 90s.
Oh, I know. I love it. And you can get it in wagon. You don't like wagons, do you?
I mean, I've never had one. show me.
That gets me excited sexually.
I don't get it.
Steve does too. But Steve likes hatches,
How
obviously.
weird. Yeah.
Well, I like hatches.
Yeah, I think
God, I want a GTI.
I'm now on my 5th hatchback
Dude,
of any sort.
I want a 2003 GTI so bad.
Steve can tell you all about
That's
vintage
a
GTI.
Mark IV. Yeah, I had a 2nd gen and 3rd gen GTI, the 89 and 98. And it's really funny to think that my 89, had it not been destroyed by its next owner, would now be worth $10,000 instead of $2,000.
I'm still frustrated that my dad, when I was a kid, he had a CRX,
Nice.
like a CRX hatchback, and I wanted it so bad.
A
And
car
he
the size of that
told
speaker
me,
cabinet.
he told me when I was in like kindergarten, he was like, "Yeah, you can have this car when you grow up," and I held him to that, and he did not follow through. And it's
Let's get it.
I'm still every time I see a CRX, which is what
Rarely
once
now.
every 3 years,
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, I
It's
want
funny to
that
think
so
that
bad.
the-
Like I want to knock on the window and be like, how much can I give you for your car?
And the CRZ was stylistically similar to it, but
It's not a bad looking car,
yeah.
but it was
Yeah,
also
it was-
hybrid. And
But you could. It was that and the Civic of the day could be had
True.
stick hybrid, which
Yeah.
nothing else did. Suck
Yeah.
it, Prius.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so after the
case swap
Saab,
it.
After the Saab, I have what I'm driving now, the weirdo Nissan Sentra. So I bought it. It's a salvage title, which is amazing because all it has is hail damage.
Oh.
And the inside, everything is perfect. It only had like 45,000 miles on it.
Wow.
cheap, too.
What year is it? Like a 2010 or so?
It's a 2015. I don't
I
follow.
see so
I
many
don't
centers
pay
at
it.
work, and I don't pay attention to it.
I don't
All,
pay
like,
attention to
Slightly
it.
newer ones.
I don't.
and-
I have to check my card every time they're,
Eh,
I'm like,
it's-
here's my car, and
or it's
here's
like
my
checking the door
registration.
jam. Like it was built in.
Yeah, I have no clue.
September
I don't know
2014.
why I'm so
whatever
bad at
that
this.
is. Ah,
But,
all good.
but yeah, salvage title, but it's perfect. It's perfect. So it only had 45,000 miles on it. 6-speed, amazing. It has some get up. I like it.
Though-
It's my favorite aside from the Jetta.
really,
Yeah, aside
That's
from
cool. I
the
mean,
Jetta.
'cause
The
like-
Jetta had a turbo.
What
Well, I
year
guess
was
the
the Jetta?
Saab had a turbo.
Saab had a
too.
turbo too.
Yeah.
What year is the Jetta?
The Jetta was a 2014.
Okay.
It's the only new car I ever owned.
That's the newest one you've owned. Or no, 2015 is the newest one you've owned now. So
Yeah.
Steve,
well,
you
but
currently
like
drive the
it
newest.
was new at the
Oh,
time.
oh.
Everything else has
Yeah.
been used. Yeah.
yeah, I don't buy a new car. You never had a new car.
No,
I've never had a new car.
Technically, upon getting the silver Corolla, that is the newest ever car I've had at 4 years, 3 months. Red car
Right.
would have been 4 years, 4 months upon acquisition.
Ah,
The eldest would have been the Vibe when I got it. Would have been, I think, 12 years old then.
okay. Yeah, you're not going by model year. You're going by,
Yeah, by
year
like,
of when you got it.
Yeah,
minus,
like actually remembering the manufacture dates on it.
I'm pretty sure the Dodge D100 truck
Yeah,
I drove
that's
is going to win
to
no matter what. It
defeat
was a 68.
Everybody.
So I'm curious. I want to ask. So you guys invited me here because I am a stick shift enthusiast.
Indeed.
Absolutely. Why do you guys drive stick shift or prefer that when it's definitely less convenient, especially now that Charlotte has such awful traffic?
I've really looked out that the majority of my jobs have been less impeded by bad traffic.
Okay.
Like right now, I go to work from Mint Hill to Concord in the wee hours of the morning and then leave mid-afternoon. So it's half interstate and half, major highway that manages to handle traffic pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
So the traffic concern really hasn't thwarted that at all.
Okay.
To drive a stick makes things more entertaining. You can make that feel more like one with the car
Absolutely. Yeah.
and allegedly get better gas mileage. That really depends on the day or the drive.
Yeah. I don't think I do that.
Now,
And it has
You
the
could,
potential to
yes.
get better gas mileage, yes.
I don't think I do that.
yeah, I kind of gamify it on drive home in the afternoon, I'm in less of a hurry.
Right.
To see, I went from work to your house during the fuel crunch.
Yeah.
And got 41 miles to the gallon because I was following the school bus on 485.
Jeez.
And then the next day, going the speed limit, got 38. And then today, with air conditioning on and driving a bit more spiritedly, still got 31.
It's so weird. Yeah.
I don't get that now.
Okay.
Probably not since
So
the
what about
Acura.
I get bored behind with an automatic. I feel like my attention wanders more.
Yes.
Because I don't have to do anything else but do this. Mm-hmm. And also, I've had a lot of sports cars over the years, and they've been a lot more fun with a stick. Mm-hmm. So it is more engaging to drive. I know, so if I were in the market for, I kind of want the new Z, the new 400Z. Have you seen the new pictures? Mm-mm. I'm about to do that for you. I know the automatic would be faster in a straight line and faster around a track, but I don't really fucking care.
That's not fun. Yeah.
Well, it can be fun, but the thing is, I don't care about the time because I'm going to drive it on the street and I want to have fun. Lap times, you can always find the fastest car. I'm not really I'm about smiles per gallon is what they call it.
Nice. I like how both of you are doing this right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't enjoy anything about driving an automatic, especially when I'm in a hurry and I just want to zip around people, and I don't like not having control.
There's the new Z coming out, and I fucking
that's
love
really
it.
pretty.
I love it.
That is pretty, and I don't know anything about pretty cars.
I love it. Steve doesn't like the front end, but I love it. I want one. I thought about getting on the waiting list for it. I want it that fucking badly. But then we're going to replace Emily's Accord next year, and I have the Wrangler, so it's either go back into a shit box again like I had. A shit box I love, by the way. It was a great shit box with 359,000 miles on it.
Holy shit.
Jeep Cherokee. I loved that thing. And it ran perfectly when I sold it for $400 more than I bought it for.
Nice.
It's 7 years. I drove it 7 years.
He did the majority of his own stunts with it.
I don't
repairs
think I've
too.
ever sold a car. I've driven them all into the ground.
That's actually not a bad
thing.
I've wrecked. Well, I've totaled one. And I've had one stolen. One was a lemon. But I've had 11 cars, and he's had 12.
Yeah, we haven't gone through either of your car history, but obviously it's in the
episode 1 actually.
Episode 1. Okay, I'll go back. But okay, so because I have not listened to episode 1, real quick, 20 seconds or less. What is your favorite car you've ever had?
The Vibe.
Okay.
That was the first 6-speed and the only car to rev as high as it did. It was an 8,200 RPM engine in something that looked like a shrunken Outback.
Holy shit.
At the time, it had high miles on it, and I took it from 166K to 271K, and that was a decent 6 years with that car. It wasn't pretty, and despite being rev happy, wasn't quick, but good on gas, and was a decent replacement. Still have something with space to replace an 07 Tacoma that I discovered was too much truck with too little performance. By the way, do not buy a 4-cylinder Tacoma. It couldn't get out its own way.
I mean, unless you need a truck, don't buy a truck.
I love
20
97,
seconds.
but
20 seconds.
No. It's between two.
Okay, you get 10 seconds for each.
It's between two. I think it's either the S2000 or the Starion.
I don't know what either of those are.
His Garage Queens. His favorite cars were ones he never drove. Sweet irony.
That was my Starion.
Aww.
1987.
That's so 80s.
It's 87.
Okay.
That thing was so 80s and so ridiculous that it got looks everywhere.
That actually sounds amazing.
It was, and then parts were really fucking hard. By the way, you want to see 80s? That was the interior.
Yes!
It was so fucking cool.
That's the way cars should...
Yes, I love that. By the way, you're on video doing that too.
That's how they should look.
I loved it so much. It had so much character.
Black tanner gray for your interior now.
Yeah, that's pretty much true. You know what an S2000 looks like, don't you? The Honda convertible?
No.
As a stick enthusiast, it only came in stick.
I'm like the worse. You guys, you realize that my father, the only reason I live in North Carolina is because my father drove race cars for a hobby. So he moved to the NASCAR capital of the world.
Yeehaw.
Like he taught me how to drive, like everything. And so like the fact that I know nothing about cars is kind of hilarious even to me, because that was the whole reason that we moved here. Show me. And just looks like a weird, what's the BMW?
Miata. No, or Z3,
BMW.
That does not
yeah,
look
the
like a
Z4.
BMW.
No, I think the Miata comparison usually gets stung on those more often.
I think, I get more of the
That thing revved
the Z4 Z
to 8,400 RPMs.
and the earlier ones to 9.
So if you ever listen to the intro to this show, that's an S2000 revving.
Okay,
That's
I have heard that.
That's
I did listen to like 2 episodes as a practice.
which 2 were they?
I have the most.
With a guest?
One was the most recent, and then the other one was when you had 2 guests. Because I was like, okay, you've got
guys
2
or
guests.
girls?
Guys.
Okay, because you're only the second episode we've had a female guest on.
Ooh.
The first one was, have you met Karen? Okay, then you don't know Colleen either. So Karen and Colleen, they're whiskey enthusiasts.
Yay!
So they came. They were the first female.
Yeah. Okay, that's awesome.
We could totally turn you into it. We would have to like ease you into something like super, like Irish whiskey would be super easy to.
I mean, I'm full blood Irish, so.
I've got Irish whiskey downstairs.
It would be a screwball move to not start with screwball.
The peanut butter whiskey.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I have had peanut butter whiskey
That's good.
multiple times, and it is good.
Have you ever had that mixed with Frangelico, which is hazelnut liqueur?
No.
It tastes like a reason. Like it's really. It's just good.
I know what we're doing after this.
Oh hell yeah! Hey, I don't have to work till 6:30.
I don't have to work till Monday.
Yep, you have a normal
till
job.
6 a.m. Monday.
Yeah,
I told you, normal job. Normal hours.
Normal job.
Normal-ish.
Yeah, that was the episode that I listened to before, making fun of Erin and her normal hours.
No.
All right, 107.
Oh Jesus! So that you're on the Sentra. You like the Sentra.
It's fine. It's not my ideal, but it was.
No muss, no fuss transportation that's not going to break down. That's
Brendan had a 2010, and Tyler had a earlier Sentra, and they both drove their Sentras into the ground. But they were good cars until they weren't. So there's that. And with 45K on it, it should last a while.
Oh my God, it's gonna last forever.
Mm-hmm.
And I've actually, for the first time ever, been like super good at taking care of it. And also, it's a 6-speed. What? Okay, I don't understand. I've only driven 5 speeds up until now. This 6-speed is like pointless. It's only like 55 and up. I don't get there.
If you're driving around town, no. But if you're on the highway, that will do wonders for your gas mileage. My
commute is 50 miles round trip, and it's all just city driving.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Well, yes, you don't need it, but it will be nice to have it when you have it.
If you were to say, do more driving on 85.
The best gear of all is third gear. That's the only thing that really needs to exist.
Fourth, well, fifth and sixth gear, and even 7 in the Corvettes and 911, 7-speed manual.
A 7-speed?
And it's kind of been agreed upon that 7 is too many.
Yeah,
that you no longer have the even balance of, you have left, middle, right. You have to go, there's basically a second center before you get into 7th to get it, so which winds up feeling unnatural. I've never driven a big rig. You've never driven a big rig.
Yeah.
Then things get really strange that you have your gears and you have the additional
I would
first
like to drive a big rig.
First low, first high. Second low, second high. Third high.
I would like to drive a big rig once, just to see that's like.
Best I did was a Ford F7000 dump truck and a church bus once. The dump truck was around downtown High Point, and I was 18 at the time, thanks to construction job of the day.
10 years
and somewhere, and during that same job, almost flipped a Bobcat. Discovered the hard way that you don't take this thing down the hill with the bucket up in hopes that you can see better, because then it starts getting top heavy and weeble wobbly.
That's amazing.
Oh my God!
I don't know if I ever told you that before.
I'm so glad that
Stevie wobbles, but he don't fall down.
That's we're gonna
awesome.
tribute
That's
band
a
for
great
Stevie
story.
Wonder, Stevie Wobble.
Stevie Wobbles. Good Lord, that's great.
Yeah, the dump truck was terrifyingly huge, but I successfully didn't clip anything along the way.
Yeah, just because you don't use your sixth gear doesn't mean it's not necessary. I understand where you're coming from.
Well, I use it all the time.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
See, I
but
don't
I
like it.
just
Yeah, once you're north
I
of
don't
50,
like
it comes in handy.
Yeah,
I don't even shift into sixth gear in the Wrangler unless I'm on the interstate. I just keep it in fifth.
Well, and like 20 miles of my commute is on the interstate, but it's just dumb. Like I could be in fifth the whole time.
Probably, but
Yeah,
you do.
the engine's going to sing a bit louder at that point.
It's gonna be
and
louder,
and your
yeah.
consumption will
But
go up.
It's only like 500 RP. What is it? RP?
500 RPM.
Yeah,
Because it's an
engine
overdrive.
speed.
Like sixth gear is. Fifth gear is overdrive. Sixth gear is another overdrive. It's not like a power gear.
In all three of my 6-speed cars, the engine's doing 3,000 RPM at 70. Regardless of the 2ZZ or the 2ZR, it's all the same gearing at that speed.
Interesting. S2K didn't do
Yeah.
$3,000 at 70.
Goodness, that
it
was
did
like
4,000 RPMs at 70 in sixth gear
Yeah.
because it revs so high. But the Wrangler actually does at 70. I think it does like 2,300. Like it's still kind of low.
Yeah.
But that means I have to downshift to get up hills because the peak torque on the Wrangler is a little bit higher because it's made for crawling instead of interstate driving.
Yeah, more low speed power for.
Do you have custom tires on it, or okay?
I don't want to be a poser.
No.
Well-
he took the tires that were on it and put them on different wheels, but that's
They're the stock
completely normal.
Goodyear Wrangler wheels.
Whereas the ones I have on the Corolla are a size up, so it's slightly bigger than normal. But that oddly enough makes the speedometer read accurately. I noticed on the red car, I never put those wheels on it, but Waze versus the speedometer didn't quite match.
So I'm curious. I know how to drive stick, and that is part of why you guys invited me.
Not
But,
the
like,
only reason.
That is, well, obviously.
We actually like
I'm
you, too.
amazing and really cool.
and really modest.
and really modest.
And very modest. But, okay, so do you guys do any sort of, like, do you guys do racing in your own time? Do you do any kind of go-kart racing?
Do we or have we?
Have you done any go-kart racing together?
I've done that and drag strip racing.
Ooh, okay.
I've been
Yes.
Because
karting
I
want to
I really want to go to one of the local go-kart places. I know which one I want to go to.
Which one do you want to go to?
I want to go to Victory Lanes.
Victory Lanes is where Emily and I went on like a random ass Sunday.
I want to go to Victory Lanes.
It's fun.
Yeah.
So much fun.
I want to do that, and I feel like that would be so much fun. Have you been?
No, I've not been to that. My few times go-karting were probably at Celebration Station in Greensboro growing up, so it would have been 15 at the time. Done.
That's a different kind of fun.
Yeah. So, nothing as an adult, no racing proper. I did participate in a, quote, "We're not calling this a race around 485, race around 485.
Oh,
6 years
weird.
ago, when 485 the loop was finally a loop.
The Mecklenburg-Ring.
Yeah, I placed second and did it in about 55 minutes, starting and
Holy
ending
shit.
at Concord Mills. You know, given that it's all 70.
I'm just like,
So,
Give me blood.
so in order to do an entire lap of 485, barring mall, like getting in and out of the mall, would be an hour.
Mazel tov.
So it's not quite the speed demonry it seemed to be. I actually had Map My Ride going to map out the loop as well as have waypoints for speed. At no point did the app record me doing triple figures.
okay.
So at least there's that. It may or may not have been close.
Well, Victory Lanes doesn't do anywhere close to that. They're
Oh, no,
they're
no.
like 45 miles an hour.
And it's all indoor, which I like better.
All
I had the lap
indoor.
record for the day when I left.
Are those
feel like
electrics or gas?
They're gas.
They're gas.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're gas.
You get warnings when you hit people.
Yeah.
Which is-
But it's a standard armor plated go kart, right? That
Sure,
has
but
the
if you're
metal
but
band around
they
it.
have
Yeah.
they have two tracks.
So yeah, my father and I have talked about doing this a bunch of times. Again, race car driver, and he and I really want to go and
His
do
name
this.
Jerry.
No.
Drove so goddamn fast. Never did win a checkered flag, but he never did come in last.
I don't know.
It's a
what
Primus song.
Oh,
Jerry was a
no.
race car
It
driver.
is the weirdest thing you've ever listened
Primus
to.
is awesome.
Primus. I've seen Primus.
What?
What?
You've seen Primus?
Yeah.
See, that's another reason
My-
we've invited you on.
My father worked at a record. Also,
Yeah, the record store I
in
remembered
addition-
from
yeah.
Your
Common
dad sounds
Market.
awesome.
My father's a weird dude who's done a lot of things.
Bring him on, Mr. Mullen. If you're listening.
No, let's not. But he does make for great stories. So yeah, from
Perfect.
the late 80s until 1996 or 7, he had a bunch of record stores, and so we would always go to concerts. So like I was always every weekend going to concerts, and one of them was Primus. Also like Korn,
Primus and
Marilyn
Corn.
Manson.
I would
Also,
love
he
to-
Wow.
was outside of the Marilyn Manson concert protesting the protesters at the Marilyn Manson concert. That was a weird night of my life.
Not beautiful people.
It was that era. It
Yeah.
was.
I mean,
the
they were not beautiful.
No.
the creatures protesting.
No, they were not.
That's a great.
But also, he was on the news, and then my teachers talked to me the next day. They were like, "Erin, are you okay? We saw your dad on the news last night. Is everything okay at home?" I was like, "Yeah, he's very excited about rock and roll.
Yeah.
He loves rock and roll. It's the new Alice Cooper."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can only shock so much.
My dad saw Alice Cooper when he was at NC State in the early 70s.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Was school out for summer when he went?
Yeah. And both Bob and Alice Cooper became golf monsters.
Nice.
My
That's-
dad built his own golf clubs.
That's a stroke of genius.
Oh.
And luckily his health's been good, so it's not been a stroke of any other sort.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm
And
out.
not bad considering he was a smoker for 40
This
years.
is well. This
How long?
Is very good.
Like 40.
Holy shit,
And
dude.
he's
And he-
real a
and he
Nicorette
quit?
addict. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, he's
Oh well, now
hooked
he's
on Nicorette, but yeah, no longer smoking.
Hooked on Nicorette.
Well, that's
worked for
awesome.
him.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that, and Colin's dad Gordon is on nicotine lozenges.
What do you want?
Surprise me.
Excuse me.
Oh no, you're good. I'm
Oh, it's not
Yeah,
as
you're-
close as I thought it
no,
was.
it's not. Erin, did you? Well, you got a lot.
I have a whole cooler
Did
full.
you bring stuff for us, or?
I can. I mean, I don't have a lot, but we can try to share these things. So I brought Bell's Lighthearted Ale because I was like, oh, I'm gonna be driving.
Sure,
Let's
yes,
get
sir.
a light alcohol. And
I didn't say stop.
Bell's Official because I love Bell's.
Nice.
They're not as fancy.
How'd you like the Brooklyn?
I like the Brooklyn a lot, actually. I think there's a little bit left in there, but I don't want
I
to
want to share something.
be
with you
on
guys.
camera
Uh,
and be like, oh,
I've never
Yeah,
had
yeah,
one of
it's-
these. So
what is it?
I'll wait till you're finished with the glass because that's what we're using to share with. This is a high
can make
wire
that happen.
Nordic Farmhouse Hazy IPA. What a champ!
Yeah.
Has anybody here had a Nordic Farmhouse Hazy IPA?
No.
No.
That sounds amazing.
It's
Kale-
6.5%, and well, that's what it is.
Mine and Kalen's first date was at Free Range Brewing, and they like to do lots of farmhouse style ales.
What's a
Meanwhile-
farmhouse style ale?
I'm not entirely sure, actually. Something kind of weedy, kind of bordering sour. We prefer their IPA offerings and still do.
Did you eat your Wheaties?
No, there was a pig picking that day. It was a very
I love
strange
pig picking.
opportunity to have a first date, to ask her out on a Sunday during the time I was working Saturday, or Friday into Saturday. So it was a very strange thing. It's like, why didn't you ask me out yet? It's like, well, at the time I had a horrible schedule and was worried that could be an immediate deal breaker.
I remember
Well,
you
it
when
wasn't.
you guys started dating.
I do too. They're so
Aw.
cute. I get to play a song at the reception, I guess, or a couple of songs. This smells great, and Katink again. We're gonna make that as hard on you as possible.
Didn't high five the mic stand again, so I got that going for me.
It's different than a normal IPA. I like
Yeah.
that.
That is not very hot. There's no hops.
That is a rabbit suffering from very strong gravity.
It's a fat rabbit. Brewed and canned by the Three Ring Brewing Company, Asheville, Highwire Brewing. There we go. in collaboration with Asheville Brewing with Highwire. So that's good. That's like a pool beer.
Yeah.
It's an
If you're in that
IPA
sort of
pool beer.
thing.
Hey, I can sit beside the pool even if I can't fucking swim in it. I'm a bad Aquarius.
Yeah, well,
if that actually meant any fucking thing.
Aquarius does not mean
No,
anything.
the stars will not affect your life in any way.
Should,
No, I just mean Aquarius.
No.
Aquarii. They don't mean anything.
Aquariuses?
Aquarius.
I'm a Sagittarius, and I can't shoot a bow and arrow for nothing.
Sagittariuses are weird.
Thank you.
But Aquarii.
Aquaria.
Aquarii.
I don't practice Aquaria.
I am a Scorpio, so I'm just going to murder everyone.
Well, do you have an arch nemesis that's Sub-Zero?
Yes. I don't know what that means.
Mortal Kombat?
Jesus. No, all of your... Okay.
References.
So all of the cultural references go right over my head.
Well, that's what we're here for. We have all the cultural reference. We have a Walkman, a fucking Power Glove.
Correction, that is a GE
what's
cassette
a Power
player.
Glove? So
Go ahead. Hey,
The Nintendo thingamahoo's it.
that's a Nintendo controller that was a Power Glove. So what you did was you played...
You
like
put
Mike
your
Tyson's,
tiny little hand in there?
Yeah, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. You could play with it. You
It's
could play any
varieties.
game with it.
Aw, that's
Badly.
adorable.
Yeah. And there's
Okay,
a pick,
no.
there's a pick punch.
I'd never heard of that.
There's a pick punch.
I don't know what that is either.
So it's like a staple gun, except you put a
Credit card.
credit card in it, and it punches a guitar pick out of it.
That seems really useless.
It was a Christmas gift from my brother-in-law. So,
I love it.
and it's a great gift for me. Like,
yeah.
and these were the bottles we talked about on episode from 1965.
Okay.
The old liquor bottles from my grandpa,
Oh.
who quit drinking.
Okay.
And so he quit drinking, and those were airplane bottles from Delta Airlines.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
See, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
That is cool. Oh, that's
So were those from a DC-10 or a 707?
Whichever one didn't crash. 1 hour, 20 minutes in, I say we do some songs from 1991.
Yes.
So sweet.
I did at least
Whatever, never
30
mind.
seconds of Google searching of 1991 songs.
What a
today.
coincidence. I have it up on this laptop Steve gave me. That the battery dies after you unplug it for 35 seconds.
Hey, it's free and worth it.
It's
like,
Look, it works. It just has to be plugged in. Oh no, what will I ever do?
Yeah, I think
just keep it plugged in.
I think at the time I got it to you, it might have had 20 minutes battery life, but yeah, as time goes on, that's just going to get worse.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It still works.
I know where to find more.
And we did an episode on location with this thing running that and the microphones and everything. So this thing works just fine.
I wasn't questioning you.
Oh yeah, I'm just
We're
explaining
just
that.
impressed with old tech.
Yeah, we're impressed with old technology. So.
Hi, have you met my phone and my car?
Your car's still newer than my Jeep.
But Jeeps are Jeeps. They
They're-
live forever.
I hope this one does. I had to talk myself into getting a Wrangler because I used to go, I don't like Wranglers. And then I drove one. I went, motherfucker actually like this fucking
But
thing.
what about CJs?
All right,
they're
so
pretty.
they are, but
so gas wasting.
It's that, and mine actually rides like a car. Like, it's comfortable. Like, the CJ would be cool on the weekends, but if you're going to use that thing every day, then...
Fair, yeah.
Like
You're going to get beat up.
Yeah, I needed...
And that's why I want to get a DJ instead. The male Jeep.
Oh, yeah. We,
A BMA only right-hand drive car.
I needed a music hauler. I needed ground clearance, and I needed a stick.
Yeah. My only requirements for cars are...
Toyota FJ Cruiser.
I now have 3 requirements when I buy a car.
Okay.
It must be 1, a manual transmission. 2, have air conditioning.
Yeah.
And 3, I would like a sunroof. I don't have a sunroof. But, so 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Says Meatloaf.
You know, my very first concert I ever went to.
That's a pretty damn good first concert.
I
actually.
know, right?
It's a great first concert. I've never seen Meatloaf live.
What?
Steve hasn't either.
1993 Blockbuster Pavilion.
Oh, geez, it was Blockbuster Pavilion then, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Nice. Well, Steve, I want to sex you up.
Color you bad.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't want to sex you down, And they don't want to sex you to the side. They want to sex you up. By the way, that group, when you listen to what they sounded like, you're like, okay, this sounds good, the harmonies. And you look at what they look like, and they look like really horrible. Like, one looks like Kenny G, the other one looks like Brandy. They look really fucking weird, man. Have you seen What Color Me Bad looks like?
No, but I bet the world before social media must have been glorious.
Steve, look at us.
You could look like whatever you wanted to, and nobody knew.
For sure. Even if you were Milli Vanilli, you could look like not singers at all.
Well, a lot of it, prior to MTV, once MTV came on the scene, that killed Christopher Cross.
And the radio show.
He's somehow the radio star.
Sorry.
Video killed the radio star, yeah. From the Buggles, 1980. First video ever played on MTV.
It looks like George Michael joined Living Color.
That's Color Me Bad. I told you one of them looked like Kenny G.
I mean, they're adorable.
Kenny G, Brandy. He's got the Rachel haircut.
He is the Rachel several years before the Rachel.
Yeah.
That's where the Rachel actually came from.
They also had...
Wait, what's his name? Because it's not the Rachel anymore. Now it's the whatever his name is.
It should fucking be. I don't know that guy's name. The other ones they had was I Adore Mi Amor and Dream On. Dream on, dream away. It was cheesy as fuck. It's cheesy poppy boy band shit that's not Boys to Men, which is fucking awesome. I want to learn End of the Road. I thought about playing that acoustically.
I've said it for years. Do you ever want to close a bar out the right way? You play End of the Road at the end of the night. That's how you close a bar out, is you play End of the Road, because everybody is like, although we've come.
Yeah, the clap. Yeah.
And then like
and
everybody,
said, no, it's got to be semisonic.
But the better semisonic song is
Singing in My Sleep.
Yes, that's the best.
And nobody
semisonic
remembers
song.
that.
No, that's the best semisonic song.
Sometimes people will request me to play Closing Time. I'm like,
No.
guys, we got 2 more hours to go.
Yeah.
If I play that now, I have to fucking stop. It's the
No.
law.
The Singing in My Sleep with the do you remember the music video? That song is so good.
Been a while.
I have no idea what the video is, but enjoy the song.
They like
Steve, quit crushing everything I give you.
They put a big like sign hanging over a highway,
been
and
a
I
week.
can't remember what it says.
It's always been a week.
Steve keeps crushing everything I put in front of him.
Cheesy, crazy. I still have a full.
Well, you brought
coffee
stuff
bean.
too, didn't you?
And I brought stuff, and he brought stuff.
Yeah. My favorite one of
Probably
my
have something I left here.
one of my favorite songs to play live next is "Losing My Religion." I love playing that so much.
That's a good song.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It doesn't really have a chorus. It just kind of and I love the fact that it just meanders on. It's such a good song.
Have you watched the Sound Exploder episode on Netflix for Losing My Religion?
I haven't, only because some of the music channels I follow on YouTube were saying the song Exploder is not as good as you think it would be.
Okay.
That was the one episode I watched of it. That like, you did this and you can't even get the rights to the video to properly dissect it, so you kind of made your own little moving diorama that looks really strange.
Silverchair diorama. They had an album called Diorama.
I remember that.
I was really suffering from diorama yesterday.
I liked Silverchair, yeah.
Shitty.
They were
I did
so
too.
weird.
Well, they were also 15 years old when
They
Frog
were
Stomp came out.
14.
and
Daniel,
when they wrote it,
Daniel
An
Johns
Australian.
was 14 and a half.
Who was Daniel Johns married to for years?
He was married to Natalie Imbruglia.
Yes. See, this is another reason we invited you here.
I don't know any of this. I'm torn.
That was a cover song.
What?
That wasn't her song.
Nuh-uh.
Cover song.
Tell me more.
She covered. I have to pull it up, but
Yeah.
I know it was a cover song. Let's see, Natalie.
That's funny.
Yep.
Oh my God, 8th grade Erin would be so sad. I cried in corners, thinking like, I'm so done, I'm torn.
I mean, she's fucking gorgeous. Edna Swap.
Pardon?
Edna Swap.
Edna Swap.
Swap.
Edna Swap. All one word.
Okay.
There we go.
Who is Edna Swap?
I don't know.
Band, person?
Band, I think.
Discontinued Ford product?
Edsel Swap.
I'm trying to be serious here. I'm a librarian.
Yeah, let's see, Edna Swap wrote Torn in 1993. They weren't the first to record it, though. It was first released by a Danish singer called Liz Sorensen, in which the song had been translated and retitled to Burnt or Brent in Danish. The instrumentation sounds just like Umbrellia's, that the singing style is, let's just say, a little less nuanced, is what it says.
Yes, in Danish.
She had a beautiful, clean, clear, pretty voice, though. I like that song.
It comes from Denmark. It's going to be the land of the Lego. Thanks for stepping by.
And of Lars Ulrich, who's not even the best drummer in Metallica.
All right, Ringo.
Ooh. I like this one. So many tears I've cried. So much pain inside. Because, baby...
It ain't over till it's over.
It ain't over till it's over from Lenny Kravitz.
Oh, yeah. I saw...
Oh, man. It's like I couldn't place...
That's Lenny.
It's like luckily, it's like I'm looking at the same Google list.
I'm so glad that you got that because I saw that on the list earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I was very surprised earlier when I was looking at the list by how I didn't expect Lenny Kravitz to be in there in 1991.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, are you going to go my way with, 93?
I think so, but
I was obsessed with that song. It was so cool.
And
the
so
video with,
the
light up
it sounds so
stage.
good to play. Yeah. That's a good one. I like early Lenny. Now, I want to get away. I want to fly away. I don't want to rhyme the same word with the same fucking word, so I don't really love that song. But I love American Woman by him.
I hated his Guess Who cover.
I didn't like the original.
I didn't love it, but it was good.
I didn't like
there's
the original.
You can be like, I don't love this, but it is good.
Well, Greg, my brother and I have this thing where we give each other an album every week to listen to, one that I love and one that he loves, and then we dissect it together.
That's really amazing.
And then every Sunday we do that, and then every Wednesday we do a single. And he said, I love that the Last Kiss from Pearl Jam. I said, I fucking hate that song. He said, I love that song. He's
I love that
You're
song.
Wrong. I was like,
and that was a cover of something way older too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
it's
and it
such
wasn't
a good
good
song.
then.
No, it wasn't good. I'm sorry. I don't like it.
Oh, you guys are heathens.
Yes.
Duh.
I'm a Unitarian, so also heathen. So
I like Rush. I like Paula Abdul pop stuff.
I can feel it. I can feel you all through me.
She's like 5 feet tall, like maximum. You're taller than that.
I thought my whole life that I was 5'2" and 3/4, and I went to the doctor yesterday, and I'm 5'1" and 3/4. My driver's license is a lie.
Oh, mine is too. Mine says I'm 6'1".
Are you 6'1"?
I'm 6 feet tall. But
Oh.
6'1" sounds better. How tall are you? 6'1". How tall are you? 6 feet tall. That's too wordy.
I like to say 6 foot -2.
Well, with the hair, I am 6'1". Like, what's left of it? Steve, what's next?
Celebrate the Maryverse. Celebrate the Maryverse. 5 p.m. Don't know the rest.
I can't name another PM Dawn song.
Bug.
Got it?
I don't know what it is, but I know it.
It's another one of those. I've heard this song and I can't remember who sings it. Song.
Yeah.
We talked about that last episode with John Cicada.
Yeah.
What's the name of the song?
Exactly.
It was Without You.
Just Another Day Without You.
Try to find exactly what I missed.
Yes.
He could sing his ass off. He's so good.
Yes.
Damn it, I'm out of booze too.
That was once only every 17 years, right?
Something like that.
Cicada. Call the whole thing
Steve,
off.
guess what I have in
Stop
there?
it.
Guess what?
I was in DC. I was in DC 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, the cicadas are real. There was one point in
Oh,
time where
it's
there were like
terrifying.
3 cicadas on my body, and I was just
Pardon?
like, I don't understand why this is happening to me.
Man, you're bugging.
It's true. But it was weird.
I'm
Oh,
really,
you're
I'm
both
really
like
uncomfortable
this.
with this information.
I'm actually okay with it. I'm just really hot still. Like, I'm getting verklempt. I'm wearing my Beats
Verklempt.
concert T-shirt.
And I'm wearing a shirt from my uncle's bike shop in Asheville.
I love Avel too.
It's a good shirt.
Every heartbeat bears your name, loud and clear. They stake my claim.
Oh man, little Emmy Grant.
Every
She's so damn cute.
belongs to you. God, it's 30 years old. It's 30 years old.
We are getting older.
I know.
It's weird.
From Terminator 2, Guns N' Roses. You could be mine.
I just don't like Guns N' Roses that much.
And with Raffaze, it's over. The more I know about
Was it
Axel,
a good phase?
You've lost your appetite, or was it all an illusion?
Oh my god.
how democratic of you in China. Let's not forget the spaghetti accident. It was all them doing punk covers, and I had no idea what these songs are, and really hated it.
Oh, it was
then
a spaghetti accident. It was a string cheese incident. Who was that?
Oh my god.
that was a jam band.
Okay.
Yeah,
But the
String
spaghetti incident is the actual album title, hence the joke.
Okay.
And then Chinese Democracy was the most mediocre album 14 years in the making. Like, I had a bootleg of that long before actually getting the CD. Guess where that CD went? Second and Charles, and they took it alongside everything else. When I told you it was, good for $200 in store credit or $100 in cash, like, I'll take the cash. Are you sure? I'm not going to go try to buy more stuff in your store, waste time trying to pawn it off. No, I'll take the money. I'm going to Savannah, and I'm going to buy beer with it. See you later. Because there's not another Second and Charles in Savannah by which I can go be disappointed in their selection too. But thanks for letting me stop by.
Steve, are you down with OPP?
Yeah, you know me. Funny you mentioned that song. That was the latest CJH breakdown.
No way.
Oh, dude. And
It's another way for calling a cat a kitty.
And apparently, he said that was the only time Kitten got edited out from the radio version of it.
Yep.
I have no idea what this is about.
Oh,
What?
You down with OPP? Yeah,
you know
No,
me.
I know the song. I
Other
know
people's
but-
pussy.
Obviously, yeah.
Property.
No, yeah.
Army with harmony.
Or Magnus Walker, Other People's Porsches.
That guy's French.
That guy's rad.
OPP, how can I explain it? I'll take you frame by frame it. I'll have you jumping. Shall we sing it? O for is other, P is for people scratching temple. The last P, well, it's not that simple. Sort of like another way I call a cat a kitten. It's 5 little letters that are missing here. You get on occasion at the other party. As a game, it seems. They got to start to explaining it, buddy.
And all over ABC 123. And they got this was right before all hell broke loose with sampling laws, but apparently they got permission from Berry Gordy to have that as part of the song.
Insane.
Yeah.
That's
And
Just-
the program I'm talking about is the session with Christian James Hand, where he'll take a song and the tracks that make it up. So you have your vocals, percussion, guitars, sampling, whatever have you, and like play it track by track, and the story surrounding everything making the song up. And Monday's episode was OPP, so it's real funny that we're talking about this here now. But wait, there's more.
Steve listens to Christian James Hand. I listen to Rick Beato. So Rick Beato does the same thing, except he delves into like music theory and nerdy shit that I would appreciate more.
And
I want to
CJH,
hear both of these things.
yes, you need the both of these in your life.
The last one.
Do you have any device still capable of playing DVDs?
I do. I just got myself a desktop computer.
Hey,
What?
that would
Yes.
be perfect. I can give you a DVD with the files of this on it.
Yes,
I
I would
contacted
actually
him
like
2
that.
years ago, and he sent me the link of the file sharing thing.
File
Who is it?
things.
Dropbox. Dropbox.
Okay.
I took it upon myself to
The
download
librarian
everything.
in me knows what Dropbox
It
is.
took a moment. It's like, what was the thing? Like, he sent me the link to the thing, and that's since been expanded upon. But I've got the links to the current radio show and all his previous efforts that are on the Dropbox, and it's a lot of fun to listen to.
I would love that. I would love that.
The last song Beato did was "Kiss from a Rose,"
Nice.
and it's so intricate, and it just goes
No.
from major to minor key.
And he'll like
hold on.
play along
there's,
with it.
There's a podcast.
I know how to play it now. I learned it, so I'm gonna play it
Well,
live.
Nice.
there's a podcast.
Wedding song.
Damn, I can't remember the name of the podcast. I don't follow it, but there's
Maybe.
that
Might be a good
song
one.
is so good.
And it goes from major to minor key, and did you know the wind? And when he goes to snow, it
And
goes
it-
to a minor key,
Snow.
and it goes back up to a major
Yeah.
key. I'm like, it's so good.
Yeah, there's no way for anyone to pick a side in that song because all of it, like, no matter if you want to go high, you want to go low.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter what you want. You can do
Uh-huh.
all of it. That song is so good.
He said he could barely play an instrument when he wrote that. He wrote the melody. He just did the melody and could barely play an instrument. Like, motherfucker.
No, I have to
Did
find
he
this
do
podcast.
the instrumentation on it too? Because definitely he sang on it.
He wrote the music to it, but he would have people. I think he had people
or
play.
at least have an idea.
Yeah.
Like if I could do make basically beatbox this. Can you do anything with this? And by golly, they did to make a fantastic soundtrack for one of the later '90s Batman movies. That's its own joke.
I forgot how good that "Crazy" was.
Yeah.
That song is so fucking good. That was when he
Aerosmith?
had dreads.
No,
Wait.
Seal.
you know we're never going to survive.
Oh,
That's him.
Shit.
91.
Yeah.
That's early Seal. That was when he
Wait,
had
that was
hair.
91?
Where's that on here?
I think so. We'll get to it.
Yeah,
I'm out of booze. Steve,
me too.
what do you want? Oh, she's got
almost
plenty.
am.
We don't want to get her super shit house smashed.
Yeah. You've.
Steve, guess
how
what I have
far-
in
like,
there?
how far do you have to go?
I've got to go a while. I don't know. I've never driven from here to where
where
I'm
do you
going.
live?
So I'm not going to where I live.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
I really can't
I'm
help
going to
you.
I'm going to my boyfriend's.
Well,
I
that's
don't know where he,
fine.
like, how far it is from here to there.
Do
Just give us
you know
an
where
area.
about?
Steel Creek, but, like, the
Holy shit.
far
goodness.
part.
Oh dear.
The
yeah.
far part of
40
Steel
odd
Creek.
minutes.
Yeah, it's-
So
it's
yeah,
gonna-
please
yeah.
do continue to take it
I'm-
easy.
Steve, top right
Hence-
corner.
Like I
Hence my light.
Sure.
My light
yeah,
beers.
that's
Steve.
totally fine. Like depending on which way I go home, I don't have a stoplight.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, must be nice.
Grab
Yeah.
a top right corner for us. You'll appreciate what
Si,
that is.
senor. Just one of them.
Yeah, we've had
Okay.
everything else.
Here we go. Strong songs. Kiss from a Rose, Seal.
Strong
That
songs.
that podcast is
Interesting.
so good. So it's almost an hour long,
Yeah,
and it's just breaking down.
I'm okay with that.
How the song.
that's the one we had the other day.
Oh, Stone. Yes.
That's the pineapple IPA one.
I had this at the
Stone.
saucer.
Anything
It's good.
Stone is always good.
Crack it open, sir.
Si, senor.
Beato's good. Beato's done. He's done a lot. All right, so he's done Blink 182, The Police, Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, Simon and Garfunkel,
You
Slipknot. Yeah, he's done like a lot. Periphery.
So wait, who is this?
He's a producer.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Thanks for the head, Steve.
Holy crap, that's insane.
He's done a lot of what makes this song
Wait,
great.
why do I not know who he is?
I don't know. So let's see. Playlist. What makes this song great? Oh, he's done Rage Against the Machine.
That's insane.
It's done a lot of Steely Dan, Boston, Van Halen, Zeppelin, Nirvana, Toto, Rush, System of a Down.
Does your car have the stock stereo?
Why?
Why haven't you?
It's not even- How is anyone that talented?
So he's done, like, he just breaks it down. He has the individual tracks, like Steve was explaining. So he has listen to the bass here. Listen to how he goes from...
and he'll play along with it
Journey,
really well.
Journey, Metallica,
The dude
Pumpkins.
looks like Anthony Bourdain.
He does look like Anthony Bourdain.
Anthony Bourdain was hot.
You'll like Beato,
Yeah,
then.
there's no slouch.
Like, hot.
Well...
Like Toyota's hot, hot, hot. Thanks, boys.
My mind on fire. My soul on fire.
Bourdain was
Feeling
hotter.
hot, hot. He did the most complex song of all time. The most complex...
Dragon Force?
Rick Beato.
I don't know what this is.
But that's him. He does it like Anthony Bourdain. He did the most complex pop song of all time and played along with it, and it's so fucking hard to play.
But Between the Fire and Flames by Dragon Force?
Pop song, Steve.
Dude, if it shows up Guitar Hero, bets are off.
It's...
So what's the song?
I almost want to make you guess what it is.
I'm curious.
It's cheesy 80s.
I'm thinking less cheesy 80s.
Sergio Mendes, ring a bell?
Nope.
I'm opening a new beer.
Excellent.
Bell's Official.
Oh, the lighthearted. Well, we'll eat after
no,
this.
This is just official.
Oh.
Lighthearted. Oh, wait.
I do kind of... I kind of want to make...
3. That's not ringing a bell.
Five seconds.
Well, here's a waste of 5 seconds, folks. Because that did not help.
Nope.
I'm never gonna let you go. I'm gonna hold you in my arms forever. That song.
I almost get it. Sing more.
Nope.
Not,
Haven't warmed up. It was.
That's not ringing a bell right now.
It has so many...
Never mind. She's opening a bells, and I can't get a bell rung. Slant you.
Sorry.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Yep.
I didn't mean to drink. I guess you guys have bigger servings.
Well, we split one can.
Oh,
Yeah,
You have a
okay.
bigger serving.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. You
gotta... Yeah, you driving.
Yeah.
Well,
Please,
he's driving.
yeah.
I'm going 2 doors down.
I mean,
I just got a text.
if things get really out of
just
control,
got
I have a
text.
ride.
Maybe my boyfriend's watching this live because I just got a text that says, "Please drink some water before you drive to my house, please."
We can
Yes,
get you
we
some
can
water.
accommodate.
Emily can bring you some water, and she can be on the...
Emily is not bringing me anything. I can get myself some water.
Ooh. That's well, you're the guest here, so Emily lives here.
Emily's not doing anything for me.
Well,
I'll get you a damn water if you want a damn water.
All right, you can get me a water.
All right,
Emily's not getting.
Do you
me
want ice with
water.
that?
No, I'm good
Okay.
right now.
Steve,
Jason, I tried.
Enter Sandman, 91.
Yes.
Not the best song on that album by far.
That's a pretty strong album, though.
It's a really good... It's not a good album for people who are like really nerdy about Metallica. They like anything before, but I'm inclined to say Sad But True or The God That Failed.
Of Wolf and Man.
I like The God That Failed and Sad But True. What was your favorite on Black Album?
I don't think I knew Metallica that well. I just remember that I went to a Laser Metallica show in 1999, but I thought I was going to a Laser Pink Floyd show.
That would be quite a shock.
Yeah, I thought I was going to a Laser Pink Floyd show. It ended up being Laser Metallica. It was the best night ever. It was so good.
Sounds fun.
In the first half of the 90s, anything you heard from Metallica would have been off the Black Album.
I was
They toured on
really,
early
yeah,
years.
like I really loved
Earlier-
Enter Sandman, but I thought that's much later,
Yeah,
right?
except for one, I don't think any earlier Metallica had been played on radio, as far as I know. At least not in Greensboro when I was
I just
aware
remember
of such things by the
Metallica
mid-90s.
being like a little bit
Master
like
of Puppets might have been.
a little bit out of like mainstream culture, but also it was pretty normal. But again, my father worked in a record store,
Yeah,
so
so
music.
Are you a gypsy woman? La da dee la da,
can't-
la da dee la.
you can't call it that.
La da dee la da. Romani. That's what it says. Gypsy.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
The Crystal. It was a '90s techno song, and that's all you need to know.
no.
Wait,
La da
are you
dee,
singing it
la da,
correctly?
La da dee la da, la da dee la
I
da
don't know
da.
that.
Yeah, it's a
Are you singing incorrectly?
So-
Either way, stop.
yeah. It's '90s techno. Ooh,
90s techno.
let's give them something to talk about.
How about love? Love.
How
That
about
love.
I love
that song.
That's a great song. Who
So
sings it?
good.
Not you. Who sings
Uh-huh.
No idea.
it? B.R. B.R. Bonnie Raitt.
Right.
Ring a bell.
I mean, yes,
Okay.
obviously.
Okay.
But I would not have remembered that.
Steve, you're next.
Motown Philly.
That's a good one.
Like,
Ooh,
and
Boyz
it
II
sounded
Men.
nothing like the rest of their hits.
No, it didn't.
It's so cool.
As good as End of the Road is, I think Water Runs Dry is up there with me too. I love Water, and the video was gorgeous too.
I don't know.
And
End
later,
of
that
the
same
Road
set
is,
was used
like, the
for
best
California
song.
Love, right?
What?
And later, that same set was used for
Oh.
California Love.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, it's a
Was it?
it's a bunch of hip hoppers in the desert. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, and I plan on being wrong again.
We used to play California Love as a 4-piece
What?
band, and because it's the same 4 chords the whole time.
Dude, that as an acoustic would be awesome.
No, I assure you it isn't.
No.
No, it doesn't have the same grit. You want to see the whole song? The whole song.
Like in waveform?
Oh. Shit.
The whole song. Thanks, Chris Tucker.
Did you ever see Fifth
Let
Element?
me welcome everybody to the Wild Wild West, a state that's untouchable like Elliot Ness. The track hits your eardrum like a slug to your chest, like a vest for your Jimmy in the city of sex. We in that sunshine state where the bum ass hemp be. I told you we used to play that, and I remember all the fucking words.
I was in 8th grade. I barely knew the words. And I definitely didn't know what they meant.
We played that in Sorry Miss Jackson, and our bass player would sing it. Because it's the same all the way through, too. They do go over well full band. Acoustic, it doesn't really punch quite as hard, so gonna leave that out. What's next, Steve?
What about tomorrow? Will it be promised to you? Is it the promise of a new day?
Paul Abdul. That was one of the more obscure.
Yeah, I don't know that.
I remember it well. I don't know how, but I
If
remember
you guys
it well.
ever do like a 1996 through 1999 episode, I want to be a part of that.
It's always an open invitation. So
I'm just going to show up.
we've had to kick nobody off the show, so there's
nobody
that.
said we're never coming back.
Yeah, we don't have a Gallagher moment going on here.
No.
Noted.
We've had one
91,
guest.
not my year, but 96.
One guest
Okay.
we've had 5 times. Brian Layton's been here 5 times. And he's like, I'll do this every fucking time.
And now that
Nice.
he's no longer moving to Tampa in a hurry, he might have to make
5 more
a
trips.
10th. Yeah.
All right. What's the next one?
It's just a good vibration.
Do 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 do
It's
do do
just a
do 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 do. Whoa!
Emily's probably like, what the fuck are they doing up there?
If I recall correctly, Christian Hand had a story about that song and how stupid producers are, that he basically had to finagle himself to make that song come stateside, and then it sells 2 million copies.
Jesus Christ, man.
You've heard about the dude Jay Ryan with the Late Night Playset podcast?
I've heard it. I haven't watched it.
With their powers combined, that's how I heard that story, and that taking off like crazy when some higher up wasn't going to give it a shot because it had done really well in Europe. They know a thing or two about a thing or two. The French fries on mayo, a little weird, but been there, tried
I'm
it.
down with that.
Didn't hate it.
French fries and mayo is the best thing.
Yeah, so
The best thing ever.
I like it. But I like condiments except ranch dressing. I just don't like ranch.
for this next one, I'm getting
I like
Office
French.
Space flashbacks. You know, I really loved it when he sang "When a Man Loves a Woman." It's Michael Bolton.
Actually, just
I
call-
have
can
it
you just
on
call me Mike?
cassette. I have that on cassette still.
I wonder if Erin knows about Michael Bolton's previous hair metal days in the band.
Blackjack.
No, I
Blackjack.
don't.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
That's it.
It's
I
better.
don't-
It's better than pre-Anselmo Pantera with none of the racism. So there's that.
Evidently, he did that because people kept telling him to do it, and he was pissed off at everybody in the crowd. So he's actually not racist.
I mean, excuse me, Anselmo is, but proto that is just awful.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that's not God.
Yeah, that still doesn't sound cool.
No, it's pretty dreadful.
But When a Man Loves a Woman is actually not a horrible song. But
You know, it went through a very uncool phase, and then it's like, it's not as bad as everyone makes it out to be, or I
a
just
great
stopped
song.
caring.
Yeah, it's a good song.
And one of my least
Although
favorite Nirvana songs.
Still bars. I kept thinking sounded strange.
Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Whatever,
91.
never mind.
That is really. It's weird that that's their big song that got them
On the
their
map.
breakout song, but it is their
nothing-
worst song.
It's not great. Well,
I'm
it's
gonna wait. Like,
I don't know anymore because I've heard it so many times.
yeah,
Like,
I was like,
I can't say it's not great.
Do I
That's-
like this? Like, I just remember really hating Incesticide, but that was all B-sides in like what the next year.
yeah, I can't say it's not great because it's not a bad song. I just heard it so much I can't.
Yeah,
really
it's
be
just got
objective with
burned
it
out
anymore.
on it. Like the rest of the album, like it more. I think Territorial Pissings would be my favorite song.
Oh God!
That's
Just
Again,
because
I
you're
wouldn't-
paranoid doesn't mean they're not after you. that line
I'm-
there.
That's a good
Yeah,
one.
And I-
I'm not even sure if I know what my favorite Nirvana song
And I
would
keep
be
trying
right
to
now.
merge Royals with Plateau. Nothing at the top but a bucket and a mop and an illustrated bucket about birds, but we don't care. At the top of the plateau,
Oh my God.
plateau.
Stop it!
I
Gold
haven't
teeth,
done any
gray
more.
goose tripping in the bathroom, bloodstains, ball gown, smashing the hotel room. We don't care. I actually
think
like
my
Lord.
favorite. I think my favorite Nirvana album is just the Unplugged album. I
good
did
one.
love
That-
the Muddy Songs of the Wish.
Yeah, that was
or
the
what was that called?
From the Muddy Banks of the Wishkah.
Yeah.
That
Muddy
was a
Banks of the
live
Wishkah.
album released in '96. I
I
remember
did
buying
love that.
being really confused what this is. Like, I'm 14 at the time. I had no idea what live album is. Like,
Yeah.
but Kurt Cobain died 2 years ago. How can this be a new Nirvana album?
Plug in the grave.
And the opening of it with the guy screaming sounds so funny. Oh shit! It was Sam Kinison. He was in the Netherlands at the time, but it was Sam Kinison's ghost.
Nice. I think my favorite one is "You Know You're Right."
What's that?
That was
Which
one
one's
that
that?
like got released
It was
like
a-
10 years later.
it was released
It
10 years
was
after.
really
I
strange
know
hearing that
that.
pop up.
Yeah,
It's
All right,
grim.
I'll
it's
put
good.
this in.
Cedar did a good cover of it, and by the
I
way,
can imagine
Sean
that.
Morgan sounds a lot like a Kurt that took care of his voice
Got it.
better.
Okay.
I will never bother you. I will never promise to. It's so fucking
Yeah,
good. I like that.
Nirvana's Unplugged is a magnificent covers album.
Have you seen Seether's cover of Seether from Veruca Salt? Is great too.
I saw Veruca Salt.
Then like,
Really? What? I
That-
love Veruca Salt.
I saw Veruca Salt. Yeah.
I love
remember-
American Thighs, mostly
I was
chicken.
in 7th grade. Hey.
There's your title. But yeah, that's a fantastic album.
I'm on it.
Can't stop the Seether. Seether! Oh man, heard that so much. It was such a cool tune. And Volcano Girls to follow it up was rad too.
Yeah,
So
it was.
On Beato's What Makes This Song Great, on Foo Fighters' Everlong,
Such a good song.
the female
Like,
background
Such a good song.
the female background voice is the singer from Veruca Salt singing
Yeah.
in the background.
No.
And she's doing it on the telephone, by the way.
Yeah, no. I thought everyone knew that.
I didn't until I watched that.
Oh.
D-
Yeah.
There we go. You knew something I didn't
Sorry.
before I did. You hipstered
I'm
me.
like-
And
You out-hipstered me.
I was
so you're saying you're drinking Alexander Graham Bells.
Hey. Bum, bum, bum,
Cell service in here sucks.
bum.
Right here, right now.
I believe in Jesus Jones.
It's the only Jesus I believe in.
He goes by the name Jesus and steals hubcaps from cars.
Thought he mowed lawns.
Can he steal my hubcaps, please?
I still say you rock the Steelies.
Nope. I don't know what I'm gonna do with these.
Harlequin.
That'd be much easier on such a small surface.
Wait,
Speaking,
Have you ever seen the Harlequin GTI?
No.
it wasn't the golf.
Golf. Have you ever seen
Oh, thank you.
Get on it.
Wait,
It's
was
easier
it
for you to
was
show.
it a
And-
diesel?
No.
Was it a
No,
diesel?
it'll be
No, it's
third-
If it were a
third gen-
diesel, then it would be a
whatever
Golf.
you think it is. It's not that.
No, it would be a third generation Golf.
I've only
with
seen two in
four
person.
I
different.
really hate the fact that
colored-
my dream car is a GTI.
don't hate that.
Step into a Golf R.
That's a
that's
Golf.
a
That's a
Harlequin.
Volkswagen Golf Harlequin.
It looks about right.
I like that.
If it becomes the Golf Harley Quinn, it's going to murder you.
At the box
the-
office, it's not going to do so good.
Yeah, whatever the Joker's girlfriend is.
She is cute though. Yeah, I don't
Facts.
like blondes.
Yeah. Oh, that was chicks with green hair.
Oh, my favorite U2 song, "Mysterious Ways."
Nice.
Which one is that?
She moves in mysterious ways.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
all right.
yeah, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
all right.
It's all
Although
right.
I do like still haven't found what I'm looking for, but I think "Mysterious Ways" is my favorite one.
I am very oddly curious about you two. They do like they're good, but
Us? Oh, not U2.
not you two.
The bomber.
Just the band. Sorry,
We're on camera, Erin.
I'm very curious about
it.
you two. So like,
Please,
We
he's married
lived-
and I'm about
we
to
li-
be.
We lived together.
dear Emily, I'm really sorry about everything.
What really transpired
Also,
upstairs the night of the 25th?
Steve's fiance, who I've met twice.
Now,
Ish.
AJ,
What's
you
her
have
name?
to keep the door open for these podcasts, okay? Can't lock the door when I'm home.
We're going to have random feline visitors.
Oh, no.
Walking in Memphis, and I actually like that song, even though Mark Cohen's a
I do
giant
like that song,
dickbag.
yeah.
That's a good. I need
Yeah,
to learn.
it's a good
actually
song.
Learn that, AJ, before tomorrow. Playing tomorrow at
I know. Yeah. Where are you playing?
Great Wagon Road Distillery in Noda.
Where is Great Wagon Road Distillery?
Do you remember Bold Missy Brewing?
Yes.
It's right there. They took
Same
over that.
place?
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, the Noda location versus I was thinking,
They closed that one.
The Tuckasegee.
No.
no, the one by Old Mech and
Yeah, they
Sugar
closed
Creek.
that
Oh,
one.
okay, so they completely moved.
Mm-hmm.
What's
Aw.
involved with moving a distillery? A lot.
I'll get back to you on that. Hey, man, I just entertain them. I don't do
Rent.
anything
Yeah.
else.
Yeah,
Hey,
right.
for what it's worth, it's not Huey Lewis in the news, but it's another song called "The Power of Love."
Luther Vandross?
Yes.
Nice.
How do you guys do this? I hate this. I'm losing at this game.
There's no winners.
Whoa.
But everybody plays the full sometimes.
I'm still losing.
I can only imagine.
But both of
Wait,
you
I
have
haven't-
screens. If I had a screen, give me a moment.
I knew the Luther Vandross already.
I have an idea. Aaron Neville and Mr. T. Everybody plays the fool sometimes. There's no exception to the rule.
What was the other Aaron Neville, the big one? I liked his voice.
I can't place a title, but I know it's a thing. No, I got nothing.
I forgive you. Oh, these are the days of our lives from Queen. It was the last one before you died.
No.
I'm sad.
Really? In
91?
91?
Yeah, Freddie Mercury died in 91.
I thought he died in the 80s.
91.
Oh my god.
He contracted
I'm
AIDS
so-
in the 80s.
I am so out of touch.
We forgive you. Ooh,
I'm hungry.
you're unbelievable.
Oh!
Bum, 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 bum.
Oh, there's nothing extreme about this band.
Extreme.
More than words. Mighty Word.
Have you seen the Jack Black cover of it?
It's fantastic.
It's so cool.
Have you seen the Jack Black and
I
Jimmy
haven't.
Fallon cover?
Nope, but I want to immediately, and that I will write down.
It's good.
Pen, por favor. Gracias.
Este es un lápiz,
Thank
mi
you.
amiga.
Pardon?
Gracias.
De nada.
Here's something.
¿Qué estás haciendo aquí?
Okay.
Here's something I don't understand. How
What?
you could just kill a man. Wait, that's not how this works. The Hill of Cyprus.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's not even
Here's
one.
something you don't understand. How you just kill a man.
Oh, High Enough from Damn Yankees.
Oh, that's like one of the earliest supergroups I ever encountered.
Yeah, with one fascist. Ted Nugent is a giant bag of dicks.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like More Than Words. And their guitarist, Nuno Betancourt, is a really fucking great guitar player. Excluding the cheesy shit.
Wait, do you want to play?
From a distance.
Oh, wow. Dog
Amy
is,
Grant?
No.
Dog is watching us.
Dog is...
Dog is watching us. Is that
You
Houston?
bet your ass it is. Bette Midler.
That was way off.
What?
Bette Midler sung that.
What?
Would Wikipedia lie to us?
Yes.
Only when I tell it to.
Indeed. Actually, Good Vibrations was Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know what I said it was. Maybe that was who wrote it. Oh, Justify My Love from Madonna. That's a good fucking song. That's a sexy video, too. I remember watching that and balls dropping. I was 5.
Coming out of the dark to see the light, It's good, it's the fun.
Oh,
Nada.
I like the early Gloria Estefan. When it was upbeat and everything. She had her car accident, I think, and then she started making like slower music.
Don't know, but the Miami Sound Machine was on fire.
Fuck yeah. Yeah.
Come on,
Come on, shake your body, baby. Do that conga. I know you can control yourself any longer. Feel the rhythm of the music getting stronger. I know you can control yourself any longer. Beat. I'm the master of the fast lyrics. I don't remember Joyride from Roxette.
Nope. I remember playing an awful lot of Wholehearted a month ago upon Punk's demise. That hurt.
Aww.
The cat. When I think about you, the vinyls touch themselves.
I touch myself.
I love myself.
Man, she died a horrible fucking death.
What?
Yeah, she's really fucking bad. Moving on, though.
Oh, my God.
My
Where does my
imagination's
heart-
going a little too wild right now.
Where Does My Heart Beat Now from Celine Dion. I remember that.
I don't remember
Where
that.
does my heart beat now? Where does it? Erin.
Right. Oh, that's true. It actually does beat right there.
It just a little bit up.
The bicycle?
Too far up.
Oh, okay. I was like,
A little bit
where's
to the
my
left.
where's my bicycle
A
beat
little
now?
bit.
Mine's on the T.
There you go.
Mine's on the T. I'm Your Baby Tonight, Whitney Houston. I remember that.
That was a cool one.
I like that.
I don't remember
Whitney
that.
Houston was number one when I was born. You can look up the album or the song that was
I
number
got
one.
so
Wait,
burned
you're
out.
younger than me, right?
86.
86. Okay.
So
You're older than
Thanksgiving 81.
me. Okay.
I forgot what your song was. Mine was How Will I Know If He Really Loves Me was the number one song when I was born.
Let's get physical. Olivia Newton-John.
I think
What's
Michael
up?
Jackson Thriller.
Nice.
You win. Firehouse, Love of a Lifetime. Talking about cheesy.
Do you know? Time, love, and tenderness. More Michael Bolton, y'all.
Fuck yes. Give me all of Michael Bolton.
When love puts you through the fire, when love puts you to the test, nothing cures a broken heart like time, love, and tenderness. See, I had Tom's River, New Jersey.
Oh.
Tom's Diner from
yeah,
Suzanne
Tom's
Vega.
Diner. Yeah.
I am sitting at the table. I like that song.
Is is really just captivating.
I need to learn that one. I already play Suzanne Vega. I play Luca. You know that one?
Yeah, I do know that
That was
one.
such a sad song.
But I really think that Tom Steiner is such a good song.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of words.
That's one of those I
It is a lot of
cannot
words,
remember the
but, like,
title of it.
That's why it's so hard. Is it's a story. It's not like a stereotypical song in the way that we hear them now.
Tom's Diner, Alice's Restaurant. What can you do?
Alice's Restaurant.
The Thanksgiving song. From
Yes.
way back whenever. You don't have a lot of Thanksgiving songs. Like, come on. I was like, I'm a
Arlo.
Thanksgiving baby. I need it.
Arlo.
Steve does not like this next artist, and I love him. Cream, get on top. Cream, don't you stop. It's Prince.
I didn't
Prince had a
say I
song
hate
called
him. I
Cream.
just
I have no
preferred
idea.
Bowie to him. Like, that does not ring any bells.
Yeah.
Nothing.
But could you bring me something to believe in? Because it's poison.
Let's just
Oh,
keep
Jesus.
Alice's Restaurant.
I think that was much earlier.
Oh, I forgot UB40 did The Way You Do the Things You Do.
Yeah, speaking of bands I don't like,
Yeah, he doesn't
I
like UB40.
actively don't like. It's like,
Why?
Prince merely like less. It's like, can I have a version of White Boy Reggae? Sorry, the Police.
And 311. I
You
like
don't
311.
You don't like 311?
They've got their moments, and they're few and far between.
I like 5 of Everything. That's one of my jams.
I like 311 a lot. The Blue album and whatever was next. What was after the
You
Blue
said
album?
Weezer funny.
I don't remember.
Transistor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you heard 5 of Everything from them?
I don't think so.
No matter how hard I try. Oh, that's so good. That's a good. You'll like
Okay.
that. It's a very beachy. It's a 311
I like
song.
311.
Yeah, it's a 311 song. Ooh,
What a wicked game! What a wicked thing to do to make me think of you.
best music video of all time.
What is that?
What a wicked game to play.
Chris Isaac.
Yep.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the hymn cover of that too.
I've
that
started
Metallicize
covering
nicely.
I've started covering that one. So
Thanks, Bam.
Piece of my heart. That's not a cover of. That's not a cover of
Screeching
Janis
Banshee?
Joplin, is it?
No.
Rico.
Suave.
Suave. That video is so horrible and great. Gerardo. It's not even a good Hispanic name.
Disappear for NXS is a good one. It's like,
Disappear, yeah.
never mind, his means of disappearing was embarrassing. You're supposed to choke the chicken. Not the farmer. Oh, Jesus. Okay, well. Yeah, that joke's carried done.
See you in hell, Steve.
I'll keep it warm for you. We'll leave the light on for you.
Oh, thanks, Tom Bodette.
Well, then we can truly declare freedom.
I won't let you
Freedom.
Don't remember the rest.
Freedom. By George Michael.
Gotta
Man,
give
he
it
was
what
a
you
bomb
take.
in Arrested Development.
I fucking like George Michael. I think my favorite one is Father Figure.
Mine's a dad bod.
Nice.
Thanks every T-shirt last week.
I mean, I don't know my favorite George.
There's
I'm so like not excited.
Mine's a bit more
I guess-
whammy.
Oh yes.
yeah. The other guy from
I
Ram.
don't. It's like
Definitely.
I don't got faith, but I love the song.
Oh, God, fight!
Then it was my gateway drug in Limp Bizkit. I didn't hate it then. I still don't hate it now.
What's the
Embarrassing things to say. Ba 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 ba.
other guy from Wham's name? Andrew Ridgeley.
He was so close to having like, Andrew Richard to be a double first name.
True, but Andrew Ridgeley is a very English name.
Well, it's schools.
Ridgeley.
Andrew Ridgeley. What's he up to nowadays? Is he still among us?
Actually, Andrew Ridgeley sounds like live from NPR News and BBC. I'm Andrew Ridgeley.
It sounds like he's going to sell me chewing gum.
If he were Andrew
Ridgeley Field.
If he were Andrew Ridgeley on NPR,
Always calls.
he would only be after 9:30 p.m.
It'll
True.
be the BBC podcast here on 90.7
It's the
WFAA.
BBC. It's the BBC, and we're here to talk about football. That's what they do.
Crikey, yes, it's suck awful funny, mate.
Have you ever seen the NPR name generator?
No. What?
What's your NPR
Because
name?
my coworkers and I actually have like a whole shtick where we're like, who is the NPR voice you would sleep with? Who's the NPR voice you would
Diane
sleep
Rehm.
with? No, it's not Diane Rehm.
Yeah.
Don't be a jerk.
Stick it right there, Steve.
Faith Saley.
I think
Steve, I don't appreciate that.
I don't know. Mine might be
Wait, come on,
Lakshmi Singh.
Lakshmi Singh is really good.
Please eat it a little bit faster.
Mine would be, who's the guy that used to...
Holy shit. I just typed Erin's name into the NPR public radio name generator.
Yeah?
Live from NPR News. You are Harlow Tanaka Golub.
What's,
doing height.
what? I'm what?
That.
I am... Your public name is Harlow Tanaka Golub. Okay. All right. I'm down. Harlow Tanaka Golub.
Steve, you're next.
All right.
You trying to beat me to it?
I'm just trying to look up where I was.
Steve, live from NPR News. You are Quentin King Yoshida.
I mean, okay, so
Why
I'll
are
go
you
ahead and
that?
continue with my conversation.
You said Tarantino funny.
I think that my person is Ari Shapiro, aside from the fact that Ari Shapiro is definitely married, definitely gay. So,
Okay, I didn't know that.
also, sexiest voice ever. Anybody else? No? NPR
I don't think it
voice?
would be. Actually, Jesus, mine's Duquan Long Saarinen.
Duquan
Oh,
Long.
dear.
That's a long fucking name.
Yeah, but
There used to be an African name generator, and I'll never forget, we looked up Joseph's at the YMCA, and his was Jarahim Tatiku, and that's my favorite one ever. Jarahim Tatiku.
how many
Tatiku.
apostrophes are needed in this?
Yes.
And you have apostrophes as umlauts in the process.
The apostrophes
That
were
would only be
hyphenated.
two. That would only be two apostrophes. Tatiku.
Well, there's a
Tatiku.
Rahim, and then
Rahim shouldn't have any.
it was, take that up with the web designer of 2003.
Sorry.
It's been a while. Oh my God. 18 years ago.
You're old.
I'm the youngest one here.
I could drink then.
I'm the youngest one here. Actually, Emily's the youngest one here, but she's not on the show.
Dang
Yeah.
it.
I need to learn those too.
All right, we're old.
Well, is it time to go eat?
Yeah,
I
because
think so.
Sweet.
No,
Erin,
you-
you just did 2 hours and 17 minutes.
I do have more interesting stories. I promise.
It's always an open invitation to anybody who wants to come back, so you're no exception. We thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. Well, Steve, we're done with 91. 92's coming up. Yep. All right. Let's go eat. And
all right, till next month, y'all.
yeah.
Happy birthday, America, and happy birthday to my sister the same day as Canada. So there's that.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, she's Erin.
I'm still Steve. You're still AJ. Toodles McGroodles.
Bye-bye.
Adios.